Morning. Want to apologize again for the audio situation. B&H was actually closed on Saturday. Tried to go there yesterday to get the mic situation straightened out, but it didn't work. Want to apologize to you guys because you know we do not move like that, and we tried our best. So off the rip, sorry about the audio, but we got to still move forward because it's Purple Sunday, y'all. Hope everybody's having a fantastic morning. Trump. Were Meghan Markle and Prince Andrew an item before Harry? What y'all think? Let me know in the comments. Also, some quick prayers real quick. Well, we got Liberty and Justice in the building. Good morning, Liberty and Justice. I see you there. Thank you for always being here, showing up. Good morning, Casey. How you doing? Okay, everybody's good. We got Dustin in the building. Good morning, everybody. Rebecca Longen Bueno chiming in from Grand Rapids, Michigan. We also got, who's that right there? CJ the cat. Okay, there you go, Liberty and Justice. CJ. Okay, you guys got my regulars in here, our family, the people that's going to ride out no matter what. And I want you to know that I appreciate you for that. It's been 7 hours of continuous issues trying to get the audio situation straight. Didn't even know that B&H would be closed on Saturday. Got some more explaining to do. Let me see if I got some more time. No, I actually don't. Got to do what I got to do no matter what, bad audio or not. Because why? Because he woke us up this morning and I still got a chance to get it right. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to lead by example. So that's what we're going to do, you guys. Hope everybody's having a fantastic morning. It's Purple Sunday, y'all. I'm going to do the best that I can with the audio we got. Let's go. Hope everybody have a good one. Lord, help me out the best that we can get it today. I want to thank you personally for making me able to wake up today and letting me get a chance to get it right. Amen. That's right. Okay. And guess what? I'm ready to go. And they're ready to go. I said it's time to start the show. I hope you're ready, yo. Yo, 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 yo. Y'all ready? Wind it up. Wind it up. Wind it up. It's time to wind it up for Purple Sunday, y'all. Let's go. I know you can do it. You need another wind up? I got you. And maybe turn this way. Let's go. I'm ready to go. They are too. We already did that part. And Olay. Don't play. And you know, we got the big drum set on my forehead. All types of beats I can make up there. That's right, you guys. Y'all know what we doing. We gotta open up those pores. We gotta open up those pores for Purple Sunday. For Purple Sunday, we gotta open up those pores. And like I always told you guys, sometimes you gotta go to a old reliable. I told you we was gonna do it one day. Now, what y'all want to do? Want to be ballers, shot callers, brawlers, who be dipping in the bins with the spoilers? On the low from the Jakes and the Taurus, I'm trying to get my hands on some brands like Horace. Yeah, living the raw deal. 3-course meals, spaghetti, fettuccine, and veal, but still. But you can't live in your ville, but don't knock me for trying to bury 7 zeros over in Rio de Janeiro. Yeah, all about the Benjamins, baby. What? Benjamins, baby. I done seen people come out to weddings. I seen people come out to graduations, birthday parties, bar mitzvahs. I done seen people come out to christenings and baby showers. off the Benjamins. Y'all know what I'm talking about, right? And y'all know why I'm open, because it's Purple Sunday, and if pump that beat. It's Saturday, Sunday, December 7th. That's right, y'all. It's 2025. I'm your host, Bugatti NYC, and this is our bottom line. Where we be talking about this and that and that and this and this and that and that. Where we be talking about this and that and that and this and this and that. Just got me lit. Now, what y'all want to do? Want to be ballers, shot callers, ballers, who be dipping in the bins with the spoilers? On the low from the Jakes and the Taurus, I'm trying to get my hands on some grants like Horace. Yeah, living the raw deal. I think that was one of the dopest verses that I probably ever heard. Hope you guys are having a fantastic Purple Sunday. It's your boy Bugatti NYC, and like I always tell you, you could have went anywhere. But the fact of the matter that you came in to chill with me, I appreciate you. Hope that you guys have a fantastic morning. Let's get some prayers in real quick. Let's pray for the show as well as myself and the audio that we finally can get it right one day. Thank you. Liberty and Justice also. Mark Dorfman, thank you for being here. Sky, how you doing? I know she's wondering, what's going on with the audio? I know it's pretty bad, right? Jeffrey Spilker. Who else we got up in the building? We got Luigi up in here, always showing mad love. Thank you so much for being here. Okay, Bugatti, always with the good vibes. I gotta have the good vibes, even though it was a rough day. I'm talking about almost 7 hours yesterday of situations going on. And I gotta throw just the audio is bad, right? Let me know. The audio is bad, right? Okay, cool. Because I gotta go ahead and put the charger on already. Because I've been up all night trying to fix it. And now the phone just said, that it just told me that the battery's dying on the phone. But we got to keep on moving forward. Problems present opportunities, y'all. We got to keep on moving. Y'all got to give me 1 second. Doing something that I never had to do before. I will be right back. Yeah, so like I said, I've been up all night trying to fix the situation with the audio. I could show you guys a whole bunch of different things that we're going to get into, but I'd rather start rocking with the show because we've been talking about that for a pretty long time. Yeah, I got a whole big old cord coming in here right now, and probably a good thing that the audio is not working, because if it was, I wouldn't be able to plug this in to keep the show going. Yeah, like I said, I've been up all night, really didn't get any sleep trying to work on this audio situation. And I finally figured it out, believe it or not. Yeah, let me just take this out so I can make sure that we at least have power for the show. Thank you guys for being patient. Let's get that out of there. Don't even have to worry about that. Okay, cool. Put this in. Okay. Boom. Now we got power for the show. Okay, so now that we back in power for the show with terrible audio, let me just show you guys something real quick. This is not the correct receiver for me to be using. I was supposed to be using another another receiver, and up until now, this was actually working as the receiver. It's not working anymore. I got to go to B&H to buy the other one that actually fits on the bottom of the phone. So I got to buy a whole new setup just for that one part, which is fine. Also, B&H was closed on Saturday. Thank you. Really appreciate that one. So I had to go over to Best Buy. Okay. Day before yesterday, B&H. Yesterday, Best Buy. $216 plus tax. We bought this. DJI Mic 2. I'm like, yeah, I'm straight now. She's like, oh, don't worry about it. Just plug and play. Plug and play my A. Shit don't work. Taking it back today. Then I'm going to B&H to do what I got to do. See what I'm saying? I've been trying. So, yeah, Gonna keep on moving forward, doing what we gotta do. Without any further ado, I got 5 on it. I'm gonna stack 5 videos at a time and ask you guys to stay on point, stay on topic, and do what we gotta do. Hopefully we make it through. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Also, let me know where you're chiming in from, what time it is. Also, I'd love to know what state and what city you're chiming in from. Without any further ado, also, you know what I'm gonna say to you, right? Let's get into these titles. Let's get to work already, you guys. Since we got to get this bad audio situation going, we got to get through the day no matter what anyway. So why not just keep on going with the show? I do have to admit, audio may be bad, but the video is crazy. And the stuff that we have to report is phenomenal. So bad audio, but watch this. Let's get into these titles, yo. Let's get into these titles. What we got right here? We got Trump, where Meghan Markel and Prince Andrew an item before Harry. What? You mean to tell me there's a possibility that Harry is getting sloppy seconds when it comes down to Meghan Markle and Andrew was there first? Yeah. I got a lot to show you guys on that regard. Also, let me stay back here. We also have President Donald Trump who tells the Somalians to go the heck back home. That's what he basically told them. Also, last but not least, we have California's wildlife biologists that are trying to lure the bear out of that Altadena crawl space. We got a couple of things to get into, you guys. I promise you, it's going to be a good one. Let's keep it going, y'all. Hope you're having a fantastic morning, and I'm glad that you guys are still here dealing with the audio issue the same way I am. Let's keep on moving forward. It's going to get greater because now that I've figured out the issue, I know what we can do now. We're not going to have this problem no more. And then the next thing is tackling those reverses when it comes down to that OBS. I'm going right into the fire on that too. Why not? Let's get everything straight since we're getting one thing straight. Let's go for everything. Let's keep it moving forward, you guys. Let's go. Hope you had a fantastic evening. We got the President Trump right now who's been asked whether his plans to strike Venezuela are going to conflict with the peace prize that he's trying to get. Let's go. Well, his peace prize deservedness.
Great honor. This has been an honor for a lot of reasons. Number one, they've sold more tickets than any event has ever sold already, long before they kick off. And number two, we've done a lot of work at the Kennedy Center. It was falling apart, and now it's pretty much back, and we'll get it back within the next 4 or 5 months through construction. And but you see the way it looks, and Johnny's just telling me, who's done an incredible job, by the way. He's just telling how good a job we've done. You can look at the walls, the marble was broken, everything was a mess. And we've really taken the Kennedy, so a lot of people thought it was going to be ripped down. And we did just the opposite. So we've done a really great renovation job on it. And over the next 3 or 4 months, it'll be complete, and we're honored to have it here. And it's been very special. We've set a record of ticket sales, as you probably heard already, even long before the event itself. And we're working with Canada, and we're working with Mexico, and it's been a really spectacular. So far, it's been spectacular. Daniel, do you have a question?
What are your expectations? You once said that the FIFA World Cup is an opportunity, but once in a lifetime opportunity. But the greatness of the United States.
Well, I said, even today, I understand. I hear that we're a little late to get in there, but it's okay. Anyway, to all my friends, I guess they have to wait. But no, the numbers are incredible. I hear today's numbers are. I hope CNN is coming. Today's numbers are very
If you're expected to get the FIFA Peace Prize, Mr. President, what would you say to people who say that prize might conflict with your pledge to strike Venezuela?
Well, I think the Peace Prize, I said on 8 wars, I don't know that I'm getting it. I haven't been officially noticed. I've been hearing about a Peace Prize, and I'm here to represent our country in a different sense. But I can tell you I did settle 8 wars, and we have a 9th coming, but which nobody's ever done before. But I want to really save lives. I don't need prizes. I need to save lives. I'm saving a lot of lives. I've saved millions.
Let's keep on moving forward. I'm about to save some myself with this phenomenal show we about to have with this bad audio. Let's watch this. Sam Champion, thank you so much for the $1 super chat. As long as I got my loyals, I don't need nobody else. Let's keep on going, you guys. Yeah. What else? I didn't even slide that up. I've been doing a whole bunch of other stuff. I can't even. Let's get on over to Washington, where Trump also says that the Somalians need to go back home to their own country. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. I hope y'all. Hope you can hear me. Like I said, we're going over to Washington, but Trump says go back home to your own country, saying that to the Somalians. Let's keep on going, you guys. The video looked really good. Sad that the audio is so bad. Let's go.
To those people, but they have destroyed Minnesota. Okay? Minnesota, you have an incompetent governor. You have a crooked governor. He's crooked as hell. He's incompetent. Walz he should be ashamed. That beautiful land, that beautiful state, it's a hellhole right now. And the Somalians should be out of here. They've destroyed our country. And all they do is complain, complain, complain. You have her. She's always talking about the Constitution provides me with, go back to your own country and figure out your Constitution. All she does is complain about this country. Without this country, she would not be in very good shape. She probably wouldn't be alive right now. So Somalia is considered by many to be the worst country on earth. I don't know. I haven't been there. I won't be there anytime soon. I hope. But what the Somalian people have done to Minnesota is not even believable. It's not even believable. And a lot of it starts with the governor. A lot of it starts with Barack Hussein Obama, because that's when people started coming in. And you have to have people come in that are going to love our country, cherish our country. They want to kiss our country goodnight. They talk about our country. We want them to pray for our country. This is not the people living in Minnesota. And
keep on moving forward. I want to know what you guys think about all these topics right here. What do you guys think about the previous topic as far as what we just covered, as well as what do you guys think about what Trump is actually saying right now about the Somalians? Do you agree or do you disagree? Keep on moving forward now, because Pam Bondi interrupts she interrupts an interview really quickly, and she kind of goes in. I apologize for that because I can't say the word. She inerps, as goes in really strongly on this Somalian criminal, and gets she says he gets light treatment for committing heinous crimes, and now they're being charged federally. So basically what's going on is we got this one individual. I can remember what he's done. He's done the R word into children. That's one thing. Also, he's been getting off on state charges for doing that. He did 2 R words, went to court and got off. I know we got bad audio, but this is still going on. Check this out, you guys. Let's go. And now they're charging him federally due to the fact that state didn't charge him. Let's go. States did not charge him, so now Pam Bondi is going to charge him federally. Due to this illegal immigrant from Somalia that has now been charged with multiple counts of rape in Minnesota, including a minor. What can you share about this investigation? You know, they have said that this administration is just trying to demonize the Somalian community, but we got a criminal here.
Okay, Lawrence, this guy came into our country in 2015 under Barack Obama. He let him in legally, just like all the Afghanistans he's been letting in. He let him in legally in 2015. He committed a rape of a child, a horrific rape in 2017. Then he committed another rape in 2024. He's arrested in state court, lives in the Minneapolis area the entire time. Last name Muhammad, he's 28 years old. He's convicted in state court of both rapes. They let him walk out the door on probation. Double rapist. Pled to him, walked out the door. Then, under our administration, he commits a new rape. He is arrested. He is in federal custody. We are going back in time now, charging him again with kidnapping and the rape of the 2017 case. And I can tell you there are more charges to come. And again, this is good police work. Mm-hmm. They took his DNA, ran his DNA through databases for all these unsolved rapes. So let's wait and see how many charges come after that. That shuts into everyone in this country.
Right, yes, I mean, this is disgusting. Raping a minor. And I'm reading on this information, victim 1, victim 2, victim 3, a little girl. How are y'all able to get him, you said, with federal charges? Because the state court, you said, let him walk out the door.
Yeah. So we have concurrent jurisdiction in many places, and that's such a blessing now that we're finding out that all of these criminals around the country were not properly prosecuted by liberal state courts. So we were able to charge him federally with a new case. And now his DNA is being run through databases throughout our country.
You gotta keep on moving forward, you guys. We got this other one right here that I gotta tell you about where we got a New York situation where a father in Queens, he's 68 years old. Sad part about this is he was struck and he's no longer here because he got hit by a moped. And the driver stayed there, and guess what? Locked up. They got him, locked him up. There we go. We gotta keep on moving forward. I know it's not a big story, but that's the reason why we're showing it, because it's not. Let's keep on going, you guys. Let's go.
Tonight, a family is mourning after their father was killed by a moped in Jamaica, Queens, while crossing the street. They say he was out shopping for presents for family that he was set to reunite with next week. Christina Fan heard from his daughter and reports on the driver now facing charges.
Yelling, screaming, it's not true. Are you serious? Oh my God.
45-year-old Kivette Samuels broke down when police delivered the unthinkable news Friday that her father, Trevor Samuels, had been killed in a crash.
I took away something that cannot be replaced.
The 68-year-old was supposed to fly back to his native Jamaica next week to visit family he hadn't seen in 3 years. His daughter says he was out shopping for gifts Friday afternoon when a moped fatally struck him in a crosswalk near 168th Street and 93rd Avenue in Jamaica, Queens. Police say the driver, 26-year-old Yunia Rodriguez-Bulehi, stayed at the scene and has since been charged with aggravated unlicensed operation of a motor vehicle.
Glad that there was an arrest, but it still doesn't bring him back. And it was senseless. It was senseless. You took him away. He was about to go home.
Kivette says her father proudly worked for years as a correctional officer in Kingston and was always by the book. She says he was smart, thoughtful, and blessed with a memory like no other.
My Christmas season will never be the same. Because every time December rolls around, it's going to always be a permanent memory.
Kivette says her family is now broken before the holidays as they try to raise money to bring his body back to Jamaica so his 4 remaining children can say a proper goodbye. His youngest daughter, who was just 17 years old, was supposed to fly back with him to America.
He took away, the time that she could have been here with him for him to show her around.
As the eldest in the family, Kivette says it's now up to her to keep the precious memories of their father alive. In Jamaica, Queens, Christina Fan, CBS News, New York.
Yep. Yeah. How many times, I don't know, how many times you see the drivers just on the mopeds? You're like, yo, almost got me. Yeah, 68 years old. Probably in the nighttime, couldn't even see it head on. Probably hit him the wrong way, probably fell, hit his head. Terrible, tragic situation right there. We want to pray for the family as well as the gentleman who lost his life in this tragic event. And we want to give her energy as well as strength and resolve to be able to get through this terrible and tragic situation, Lord. We ask that today. Amen. Let's keep on moving forward right now because the Supreme Court agrees to decide on, what's that? Birthright citizenship. Let's get it going, you guys. Let's keep moving forward. And yeah, you can still double tap that screen to get those likes up. I still accept likes. Let's go.
Chief Supreme Court Analyst Joan Muscubic, who is in the newsroom. What's happening, Joan?
Supreme Court just this minute, Brianna, announced it's going to take up a challenge to President Trump's order lifting birthright citizenship. You might remember on January 20th, his first day in office, he took his Sharpie pen and he said, this is a big one. And what he did was he tried to eliminate the automatic birthright citizenship that all Americans have had for more than a century. And what that does, it goes to the 14th Amendment of the Constitution that says all persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof are citizens of the United States. That means that anyone who's born here, Brianna, automatically becomes a U.S. citizen. And what Donald Trump's executive order tried to do was say anyone who was born of someone who was not here lawfully or who was here on some sort of temporary status, that person's baby would not automatically be a citizen.
I think they're right. It's my turn to talk, especially about something like that. I agree with that. You might not agree with me, but I think that he's right about that. Because also we found out that there's been people coming over here just to have their babies because they think that that's going to make them be able to stay here to take care of them. So I totally agree when it comes down to something like that. Call me what you want, get my bag, and meet me at the airport. I'll be there, maybe. Let's go.
It's a very it's probably of all the Trump actions that have been taken to date, Brianna, this one is the most challenging because what it does is it flies in the face of the 14th Amendment that was adopted in 1868, and it flies in the face of the 1898.
But in 1498 or in 1898, were there illegal criminals or migrants coming across the border in these little crazy convoys of thousands at a time from outside of the states and different countries and just taking over our population and making it harder for us? Was that going on back then? No, it wasn't. So I think also that the law needs to be modified. A lot of the laws need to be modified because a lot of things have changed. Instances, populations, times. I mean, back in those days, they didn't even have cars. They didn't even have vehicles, certain things, when they made a lot of these laws. So guess what? If you didn't have that then, you need to do things called modify. You ever hear about renovate, modify? Yeah, modify the laws and renovate those as well.
Supreme Court precedent that said even if you were born of, in that case it happened to be a Chinese national, even if you were born of someone who was not here as a U.S. citizen, you definitely still have citizenship here in the U.S.
That should be definitely changed because again, there's so many people that are taking advantage of that. There's a lot of people that's going to take advantage of that. Same way they take care of the fake marriages, the coming over here for on what's those visas for school and staying, work permits and things like that. We have those types of people. Not saying everybody, but those types of people have been known to show their faces. Do your boy a favor, double tap that screen. Let's get those likes up. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys, because now we got to go on over to, let me see if I can make it work. Okay. And if I can make it there, I'll make it. Anywhere, it's up to you. New York, New York. Now, as I finish that song, I got to tell you guys something about the real nature of what's going on here in my city. Normally, there was a such thing called convenience, where you can go to the corner store and pick something up, and you'll be able to, get it right then and there on the spot. You don't have that anymore. There's a lot less stores, and there's not as much convenience. Not only that, you got a lot of this online shopping going on. Don't get me wrong, I don't mind online, but a lot of people do like to go and pick up their own stuff and go get it. I.e., the new what's this thing called, the Hollyland piece that I wanted to get yesterday. I go out looking for it. Only one store has it, and they're closed because they're, no disrespect, they're Jewish and they're not open on Saturday and Friday. Thank you. So, yeah, we had to go to another store. That's why we sound like we're in an echo chamber this morning. But after today, y'all gonna get some of the best shows y'all ever saw. Guaranteed. Because once we get this audio fixed, then it's on to the next issue. Problems present opportunities, and I gotta practice what I preach. New York, criminals released due to blue state collar policies reportedly released nearly 7.0 illegal migrants. What is going on? I really want to know that myself, especially in New York, and I can see it. Ooh, if I was to tell you guys some stuff that's going on, y'all really think I'm a hater. Oh, y'all be like, oh, yo, Boogotti, why are you hating? Why? Because there's so many criminals out here and they're doing so much negative things to citizens and actual people that's trying to get their lives and just maintain an honest way of living. You can't just be ignorant to things because you want to be hip and down. Thank you so much again, Sam Champion, for the $1 super chat. Everybody, thanks Sam Champion for the microphone fund. $1. Thank you for always coming through, Sam Champion. We appreciate you. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Let's go. We're gonna call it the microphone fund. If I was a preacher and I was trying to get you guys, come on now, y'all could help me out. We need to get $300 together for the microphone fund. And they call me, what do they call me sometimes? I can't even remember it. Oh, they be trying to say I be trying to swindle y'all out of money. I can't even remember the word, but that's what they try to do. They try to say, oh, you trying to swindle people out of money? I be like, I don't think so. Because if I was trying to swindle, I would be a bad swindler, especially on this network. Let's keep on going, you guys. We got to get this information out.
This is a Fox News alert. Listen to this shocking development. 6,947 criminals were released from jails in New York, even though they had active ICE detainers. These released criminals, which immigration authorities were requesting custody of, included people linked to at least 29 homicides. That's according to the Department of Homeland Security. What is going on in New York? And this is before Mamdani's socialist takeover in January. I'm joined now by New York Republican Congresswoman Claudia Tenney. Great to have you. This is incomprehensible to me. People who immigration authorities want just let out in the streets of New York.
Yeah, this is a sanctuary state, as you know, still is a sanctuary state, run by the Democrats completely. Even the governor faces a veto-proof majority in the legislature. Now we're going to end up having, a pro-sanctuary mayor coming on the 1st of January. But yeah, there are thousands, almost 7,000 people with these advanced criminal records, like, murder, you said homicide, rape, extortion, you name it, just about every crime, child sex crimes.
That's not a lot, right? 7,000. What do you guys think? That's not a lot, right? It's only 7,000 people that's doing all of that right there, roaming the streets of New York. But it's safe. What are you talking about, Bugatti? Why are you trying to fearmonger? And then it's a lot of police out there that can take care of these guys, right? Well, actually, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. The reality. Now the layers of the onion are now starting to finally peel. And at least we're getting some truth to what's really going on.
Led into our state every single year, at least this last year. And this is all done under, and Letitia James, our Attorney General, was alerted. She doesn't care. She even goes after and is trying to prosecute any of the local governments who want to cooperate with what is called the 287G program. That program allows local police to coordinate with ICE if we have dangerous criminal aliens within the confines of a county or a city. She is interfering with that. She's actually prosecuting my home sheriff. Yep. We're actually cooperating, and my district in upstate New York, New York 24, my entire northern border is the Canadian border.
She's prosecuting the sheriff.
And we have had almost 90% of the people on the foreign terror watch list under Joe Biden were coming in across the northern border. So it's a very dangerous place and a very easy place for safe haven, especially with a sanctuary state like New York.
That's unreal. Prosecuting.
No, that ain't it. Let's go on over to some theft that's bigger than Minnesota now. Let me get on over to y'all real quick and open this up. We got theft bigger than Minnesota. We're talking billions and billions of dollars. Los Angeles Oversight Committee is aiming to look into the theft in California, similar, if not greater, than the theft in Minnesota. Lying Gavin Newsom is what they're saying, called out for disgusting Trump claims. How Gavin Newsom lied about giving money to illegal criminals? Let me show you right now. How did he do it? Let me show you right now.
We already know California self-admitted that it used $50 million towards illegal immigrants that it was not allowed to. So we're looking at high-speed rail. We're looking at healthcare expenses. We're looking at other conduct by state officials. One thing we have not had in California for a long time is oversight. Because of the super Democrat party out here, there's been no oversight. There's been no checks or balances on the power. It's now here.
So there's renewed scrutiny now on the welfare system here in the Golden State of California. Congress opening that investigation into Minnesota. Governor Walz's handling of several large-scale fraud cases, talking about $1 billion, maybe more. California gubernatorial candidate Steve Hilton launching a tip line to report fraud cases. He tells the New York Post that whatever we're seeing in Minnesota is 1,000 times worse in California because of many more years of one-party rule by the Democrats. Let's get Steve Hilton to back that up. He joins me now live. And sir, good morning to you. Good to be back in your state. I know you still love it here. 1,000 times is a lot. Where's that coming from?
There may even be an understatement, Bill. Great to be with you. Sorry I couldn't be with you in person. I'm doing a debate this morning up here in San Jose. Look, we've had 15 years of one-party rule. We were the first state, California, to have a statewide sanctuary law. Look at the fraud and abuse we already know about. $20 billion in the pandemic, the employment department sent to people on death row, prisons and jails, total criminal gangs internationally. $24 billion, the state auditor says, on homelessness spending that went straight into the pockets of cronies and connected non-profits for the homeless industrial complex. As Bill Asaley was just alluding to there, officially now, $13 billion next year, Gavin Newsom is going to be spending on free healthcare for illegal immigrants. That's $57 billion that we know about. Think about the rest, the massive
services. taking care of the kids, homing, shelter, giving them food. All of that's money. That's not free. So you're trying to say, oh, we're not giving them money. Yeah, you're giving them money. And you're finding ways to give them monetary as well as free rent, licenses, driver's licenses, right? And we don't get none of that. I don't know nobody in the comments here that get money like that. Nobody. I wish we could get all that stuff. American citizens.
Bloated size of our bureaucracy, nanny state, welfare state here in California. That's why I've launched califraud.com, because in Minnesota we saw for years honest, decent, brave civil servants were trying to blow the whistle on the abuse that was going on there. Tim Walz and the Democrat machine silenced them, harassed them, and tried to cover it all up. We mustn't let that happen here. So I'm calling on every civil servant, every state worker in California who may know of shenanigans that are going on to go to califraud.com, anonymously tell us so that we know what's going on, so that when I'm governor, we can root it out and save taxpayers' money.
We'll never have nothing like that in New York, but finally somebody's doing it in California. Imagine if they found that much money being stolen. Imagine if they just doge every state. How about that? Like the same thing they did for the government. What if they doge every state? What do you guys think? I think they'll probably find even more money lost in New York, especially when you got, what's her name, Kathy Jokul Hochul out here with the, okay, you can cross 60th Street for $9.99 if you have an easy pass, but if you don't, it's $14.99. We've only been doing this for almost up to a year. I think they've at least accumulated up to what, $178 million now, all for that sort of alleged theft. That's right, you guys. Come to New York. It's a great place to be. All you got to do is make sure when you're driving your car, make sure you got the Easy Pass now, because it's going to cost you $9 to cross from 59th Street to 60th Street. And that's if you got your Easy Pass, right? And if you don't, it's going to be $14, and it's going to be billed directly to your credit card. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Or they're going to send you a bill that has to be associated with your license plate. Y'all know how they're going to do it. They're going to get you regardless. And if you try something slick, like have a ghost plate or some sort of covering, police is right there, and they got you on camera. So now you got a whole nother situation to deal with. Don't try it. Don't even try it. Sit down and just slice your pizza and be quiet. Do your boy a favor, double tap that screen to get those likes up. We still in the house. We still are who we are. Venezuela, we got a timeline on these U.S. boom strikes on these illegal D-rug boats. The administration is coming under fire for the way that they're handling the boats. What do you guys think about this situation with these D-rug boats? Do you think it's bad the way that the administration is going about handling it? Do you think that they can do it in a different manner instead of just boom, boom, boom? Let me know in the comments. I want to know. Let's keep on going, y'all.
Since early September, President Donald Trump has ordered a series of controversial military strikes on boats in the Caribbean and the Eastern Pacific. The administration says the vessels were smuggling drugs from Venezuela and from Colombia. But officials in both countries and many in Washington are questioning whether that's true and whether these strikes are even legal. It started on September 2nd when President Trump posted a video online that showed what he said was a strike on a, quote, Venezuelan narco-terrorist boat. He claimed the 11 people killed were linked to Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro. Maduro denied it.
Venezuela es un país libre de producción de hoja de coca. Libre de producción de...
Venezuela is a country free of the coca leaf production. Free of production is what he's saying.
Cocaína.
Less than 2 weeks later, there was another strike, this time killing 3 people. When asked by reporters about that strike, Trump said the incident occurred in international water.
Man, that's like Chef Boyardee trying to say he don't make spaghetti. Stop playing with us. We was born tonight, but not last night, Maduro. Smash Pantano, man. Let's keep on moving forward to Washington, where Brian Cole Jr., the first the court appearance for the DC boom, 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 boomer, and what he did after he put all of those, I can't say them words, allegedly planting those devices. Let's keep on moving forward. Since we're talking about this anyway, we might as well stay on a similar topic, you guys. Let's do that. Let's go.
The suspect arrested in the D.C. pipe bombing case will remain in federal custody after making his first court appearance yesterday. Prosecutors say Brian Cole Jr. spoke to law enforcement for more than 4 hours after he was arrested on Thursday. He could face up to 20 years in federal prison.
Ain't like it's gonna help him out, but first thing that they always tell you is keep your mouth shut. I'm not trying to tell him what to do, but I guess he's kind of like, and they just felt like telling him. So yeah, 4 hours of content. I wonder if they went and got him a Big Mac and a side of fries or some sort of Wendy's value meal. Because you know how they do on the first 48. Y'all remember that, right? First 48, the guy be like, no, I ain't saying nothing. Then they send that little short, fat black lady in there with the food, the sandwich, and the burger. Well, you know, so I just had a bad come up. It was hard for me coming up, you know. Next thing you know, he done told on everybody. But they didn't even have to do it with this guy. He told it himself. 4 hours worth of information to the point that they have transcripts that they're about to release. Let's keep on moving forward.
Convicted. CB Cotton has the latest from our New York City newsroom. CB.
Hey, John, well, nearly 5 years after those 2 bike bombs were placed outside the DNC and RNC, Brian Cole Jr. was arrested and he started talking for hours, according to investigators. Prosecutors said in court yesterday they'll provide a transcript of that conversation to Brian Cole Jr.'s attorney this weekend. We've reached out to Cole's attorney for a statement on the case, but haven't yet heard back.
This fool was talking so much, they have to provide documentation. They got to give his lawyer transcripts. So the lawyer's like, man, you said this? You told him? Yeah, I got a real uphill battle on this one. Let's go.
Yesterday inside the courtroom, Cole was unshackled for that brief first appearance. Members of his family called out, "We love you." Our colleague David Spunt says his sources have revealed that Cole admitted to planting the bombs, voiced support for President Trump, and expressed doubts about the 2020 election results. A notable detail because both devices were planted on January 5th, 2021, just 1 day before the Capitol riot and certification of Joe Biden's victory. Surveillance released at the time showed the pipe bombs were placed by a suspect wearing a gray hooded sweatshirt, dark gloves, face mask, and a pair of limited edition Nike Air Max Speed Turf shoes. In an interview with ABC News, D.C. U.S. Attorney Janine Pirro said Cole admitted to getting rid of those sneakers after placing the pipe bombs. Pirro also said Cole revealed to investigators that he was disappointed in, quote, both sides of the system. Investigators also say Cole's cell phone was tied to the area around both party headquarters on the night of the crime. We're also told credit card receipts show he purchased bomb-making materials. He now faces multiple charges, and he could face more, according to law enforcement experts.
You're lucky. I don't think any of those went off. Hopefully they didn't. I'm not sure. But you guys will let me know. Did any of those actually go off? Let me know, because I never heard about them actually going off. I heard that there were people that were close to them, within proximity of the possibility of it happening. But I never heard if they actually boom, 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 went off. Do your boy a favor. Let's double tap that screen to get those mics up. We got to go on over to Minneapolis by way of a crackdown in New Orleans and New York. Guess what that means, y'all? Doom, 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 doom. They coming. Doom, 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 doom. Get them! I told you they can use that anytime they want, especially when they coming at it like this. Check this situation right here. Check this out, you guys. They're coming for them. They're coming for the cleanup. Let's go.
Tonight, rising tensions in New Orleans as the immigration crackdown by federal agents escalates. Residents in the city shouted and honked horns as Border Patrol Commander Greg Bovino walked through a neighborhood knocking on doors. ICE actions are also making headlines in other cities. CBS's Ali Bauman is in New York with more on that part of the story.
Good evening, Jerika. Immigration enforcement is escalating in Minneapolis. Its mayor signed an executive order this week barring agents from conducting ICE operations on all city-owned property. People in this Minneapolis neighborhood took to the streets with whistles to confront what they believed were federal immigration agents in vehicles near a local school.
I feel that my presence as a neighbor is important, and I want kids to feel safe.
Did y'all see her? No, you ain't getting away with that. What the hell is Egberta talking about? She feels like she wants the kids to be safe. What are you talking about? Has nothing to do with anything going on right now. But she wanted to get out there and make noise and get in her car follow around federal agents, make noise in order to do what? Oh, to alert everybody that they're there. So all of the illegal criminal ones can actually get away too. Something that I can't condone. I'm sorry. Because what if they come in and get somebody that did the R word to a child, but now they're making this noise and this guy gets away? Never thought about it that way, did you?
Feel safe. ICE began conducting enhanced operations in Minnesota this week, focused primarily on the city's Somali residents. Shackled detainees were loaded on a charter jet and sent to Omaha, Nebraska, according to the Minnesota Star Tribune. Leave me alone! In New Orleans, Louisiana, fear and frustration after masked ICE agents chased a U.S. citizen to her home.
I immediately started telling him, like, I'm born and raised here, like, I'm a U.S. citizen.
Can we see the video before? Question is, let me ask you, were you out there making noise, running up on a car? Can we see the before video of why said an ICE official was chasing you? Question, just want to know, what about the whole video? Let's go there.
And he did not care at all.
And there are mounting questions tonight in New York City about the whereabouts of first grader Yaoshin Zhang. He was separated from his migrant father last week when they reported to a scheduled immigration hearing. Mayor-elect Zohran Mamdani.
A 6-year-old boy who was enrolled at PS 166Q was since detained and separated from his father, and we still don't know his location.
A Homeland Security spokesperson tells CBS News the father was acting so disruptive and aggressive that he endangered the child's well-being. And the Department of Homeland Security says that family was given an order of removal and that 6-year-old is now with the Office of Refugee Resettlement, but did not disclose exactly where. Sharika, Alabama, and New York.
I don't know about that. I don't know about the 6-year-old and taking them away from his parents and all that. I don't know about that. I mean, y'all always say you can take the kids with you if you want to go out of the country, or have somebody take the kid that's family, whatever like that. But somebody actually taking your child away from you, I don't agree. Just got to be honest with you. Let's get on over to Washington, D.C., where Pete Hegseth has to, defend. He has a defense for him. And he said he fully would have done the same and made the same decision of the second strike. We're talking about the second strike on that Venezuela D-Rug boat vessel. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Let's double tap that screen and get those likes up. I know you're not liking the audio, but sometimes you got to get through it. And Harley's not here to pay for everything anymore. Sometimes we got to do it on our own. Let's keep on moving, you guys. Let's go.
And strike off the
And that was a joke.
coast of Venezuela, the very first one when combat operations began in the Caribbean. And walk us through the timeline and your role in it, from mission planning, the operation, and the follow-on strikes.
Absolutely. So it took us a couple of weeks, almost a month, to develop, and I can't get into sources and methods and all of those things for obvious reasons, but you have to develop the intel picture and get an understanding of what you're looking at. And a lot of our assets, as I talked about in the speech, have been pointing 10,000 miles around in the other side of the world for a very long time. So once we got to the point where a strike was imminent, I had taken the decision responsibility up to my level. Not many military decisions should be made by the Secretary of War. I believe in deferring those decisions to local commanders as much as possible. But because of the strategic implications of the first few strikes, I wanted to hold that decision at my level. And the briefing that I received before that strike was extensive, exhaustive, I would say, as each one is since. On the military side, on the civilian side, lawyers, intel analysts, red teaming, every aspect. What do we know? What do we know about their affiliation? A lot of things I can't share in this room to give us the kind of confidence that we know where this is coming from, who's driving it, who's on it, what their intentions are, where it's all the details you need to strike a designated terrorist organization, which is an important thing to remember at the top of all this. The president has designated these as terror organizations, poisoning and threatening the American people, making them a target just like Al-Qaeda. So in that room, in that moment, I can't remember exactly how long it would have been, 20, 30 minutes of a preview of exactly what's going on. And my job was to say, execute or don't execute. So I was satisfied with the strike criteria, yes. Saw the strike itself, which all of you have seen. There was probably 30 or 40 minutes is what I've been told of dust and it was on fire for a long time after that. I stayed for probably five minutes or so after. But ultimately, at that point, it was a tactical operation, and so I moved on to other things. I shouldn't be fighting tactics as the Secretary of War, so I moved on to other things. Later on, a couple hours later, I was told, hey, there had to be a reattack because there were a couple folks that could still be in the fight, access to radios, there was a link-up point of another potential boat, drugs were still there, they were actively interacting with them, had to take that read. I said, Roger, sounds good. From what I understood then and what I understand now, I fully support that strike. I would have made the same call myself. Those who were involved in 20 years of conflict, Iraq and Afghanistan or elsewhere, know that reattacks and restrikes of combatants on the battlefield happen often. In this particular case, it was well within the authorities of Admiral Bradley, who's an incredible American, an American hero.
They're saying that since they already saw that they had him, subdued and already had him, why didn't they just go in there and arrest him instead of sending another boom, boom, boom? But then, of course, you guys heard his excuse and what his answer was. Do you agree with the Secretary of Defense, or do you not agree? If you agree, give me a thumbs up. If you do not agree, give me a thumbs down. Let me know. If you agree with what he just said, thumbs up. If you don't agree, thumbs down. I don't agree. Let me keep on moving forward because now we got to get on over to Epstein information, where the files are now been ordered to be released on the grand jury testimony of Jeffrey Epstein's first trial. That's the one from Miami where he got that slap on the wrist, you guys. Okay, we got a couple of people with thumbs up and a couple of thumbs down. Okay, we got, okay. Do your boy a favor also. Can you double tap that screen to get those likes up? Also share and like and subscribe. We're not going to have this issue after tomorrow because we're going to go and get that piece to throw in the bottom. Let's keep on moving forward now to get this information out. Hope you guys are having a fantastic Purple Sunday. Let's keep it going.
A federal judge has now granted the Department of Justice permission to release transcripts of a grand jury investigation into Jeffrey Epstein's abuse of underage girls in Florida. It's a case that ended without any federal charges ever being filed against the sex offender. U.S. District Judge Rodney Smith saying that a recently passed federal law ordering the release of records related to Epstein overrode the usual rules about grand jury secrecy. President Trump, you may remember, signed the law in November. Now, there is a lot to this here, so I do want to bring in Jeremy Paul, professor of law at Northeastern University, to help break it down. Thank you so much for taking the time to be here with us today.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. And first off, the big question that I do want to ask you, how significant of a move is this to release those transcripts?
I like the way he tells the truth here. Gets right to it.
I would say that it's significant in the sense that it starts the ball rolling in what will be many, many more releases. But I would not expect this particular release of information, the one from Florida, to have a lot of new individual bits of information for a couple of reasons. Firstly, the Department of Justice itself requested to be able to release this material, which suggests that they don't think there's that much in there that will be damaging. And secondly, a lot of this material has already been made public as part of some of the civil suits brought by the victims. But even though there won't be necessarily one big piece of blockbuster disclosure, it's kind of like a crossword puzzle. You know, you're filling in another letter, all of a sudden something that was unclear becomes clear, and it could turn out to be somewhat like that.
And that's the reason why I do what I do. I always try to find clips from everywhere because sometimes you be like, wait a minute, I didn't, and then you're like, oh, I saw that other clip. Now that makes sense. That's why we do as much pooling with like the same sort of smart information that we can. Do your boy a favor, double tap that screen. Let's get those likes up because now we're talking about the sloppy seconds. How many times you ever heard of that before? Anybody ever heard that? You can't get mad at me, YouTube, on saying that. I said it, and it's the combination, and it's been past 3 minutes. Guess what? I can say curse words, and that's not even a curse. Sloppy is not a curse, and seconds is not a curse. It just gets real raunchy when you put the two words together, and that's right. I'm the one that made it up, not made up the word, not the combination, but I thought of it. That's why I'm just saying it. Y'all call me what y'all want, but I'm getting into this, and I'm calling this the sloppy seconds. That's right, sloppy seconds. Piers Morgan drops an explosive bomb and says Prince Andrew, he had a secret affair. You guys want to know with who it was? Watch this. And you talk about sloppy seconds. Allegedly. Alleged sloppy seconds. Let's keep on. Let me see. Anything left here?
Do we know when these transcripts will be released? Is there a timeline or anything of that nature, or is this just so fresh that we really don't know?
Well, there is a timeline. The Congress passed that statute that you referenced in your opening, the Epstein File Transparency Act, which gave the government a 30-day window, which I think ends on the 19th of December. So we should see something by then, because the judge relied heavily on that statute.
All right, y'all. So by December 19th, I like his information. Now let's get over the sloppy seconds. Like I told you, that's what I want to call it, because that's what I feel it is.
Another lie. And by the way, Megan, if you don't like me calling you a liar, just sue me. And we'll go through all this in court.
You may already know that Meghan Markle has denied the explosive rumor about her so-called yacht girl photo with Prince Andrew. But have you seen the shocking receipts Piers Morgan just dropped? According to a close insider, the controversial photo was merely the opening bait. In his latest podcast episode, Piers unveiled a series of archived documents showing that Meghan and Andrew's first meeting was anything but accidental, as she once claimed. On the contrary, that encounter was meticulously arranged by Ghislaine Maxwell herself after a mysterious casting session in Chicago in 2002. And he didn't stop there. Piers also released evidence of indulgent European trips involving Andrew and Meghan during the period she was supposedly studying abroad in Madrid. But the biggest shock came from the testimony of a witness once tied to Epstein's network, who insisted she had tried to warn Meghan about Andrew back in 2002, but were ignored. Meghan Markle is the most psychotic woman with the most calculating mind I've ever seen. And if this is only the part they're willing to make public, then just how earth-shattering is the material Piers is still holding back? The answer lies just ahead.
It does. It doesn't really lie with him, though. Answers don't really lie with him. You know who it really lies with? The madam. The one that put them together. Got any idea who that could have been? Come on, y'all. Y'all been with me since day one. The people that's here, I know you know what I'm talking about. Who linked up Prince Andrew and Meghan Markel? I'm going to give you a tip, a little hint. She will almost do anything to get out of jail. There you go. Somebody said it. Somebody said it. Max. Somebody said it. Who said it? Grandma Gigi. There you go. And you know your boy got the content for you. You know I got the backup on that. So let's get on and get into it. Yeah, call me Bad Audio Man for right now. But guess what? Bad Audio Man got that fire right now. Do your boy a favor, double tap that screen and get us up out of them on single digits right there. I would appreciate it if we can get to at least 100 likes. Where we at right now? Yeah, that's pretty bad right there. Y'all, come on, we got 200 people in the building at least. I would appreciate a little measly 100 likes. Let's try to get it going, you guys. I appreciate it. Let's go.
What the outcome will be, but definitely not good.
Because basically what we got going on over here is from Texas. Ghislaine Maxwell reveals the true story about a yacht, a girl, and 3 days with Prince Andrew.
I would never have introduced them. It would never have occurred to me to introduce them. I couldn't imagine them being related. Two chalk and cheeses would never. I mean, for real, there's nothing there to connect them. Well, so there's that. I think he did do that.
Would you just still staying in your relationship with?
To help them. But I don't think he may have tried to use that to insert himself in some way. That would not have surprised me at all.
There are stories that stay buried for a reason. Stories wrapped in shadows, whispered behind closed doors, and locked away because the people involved never wanted the world to hear them. But sometimes someone who has nothing left to lose starts talking. Behind prison walls, away from the cameras and the world she once moved through like a queen, Ghislaine Maxwell has allegedly spoken about pieces of Andrew's past that were never meant to surface. She has nothing to protect now. Not her reputation, not her circle, not the powerful men she once stood beside. And tucked inside these whispered pieces is a story involving Prince Andrew and a young woman the world would later come to know as Meg.
This is why I'm happy not trying to be funny, but as far as on a content-wise situation, I'm going to tear this up next week when we get this audio right. I know there's going to be so many more layers to this onion. We're going to get everything we need to get back that we lost this week, double next week, I guarantee you. It's about to get so crazy with these files, the information that's about to come out, and I'll be Dill's Nam if I ain't going to pioneer it the way that we've been doing it. It's about to get crazy out here because you got Ghislaine telling, and then you got who? Fergie, who needs the dough. And then Andrew even wants to tell on. Whoa, it's about to get crazy out here, y'all.
Meghan Markle. What she hints at is simple.
But when it comes to the sloppy seconds, that's crazy. How you going to be with somebody? This is what I'm looking at like this. How you going to whatever your way to the top to get to the older brother? And then that don't work out because Prince Andrew was not picking up his phone. He was like, send her the voicemail after the 3 days that we hung out. Send her the voicemail. Told the entire staff that. So she said, you know what? I still feel like I want to be royalty. So she went and hooked up with the brother. Do you think that anyway in the middle of that is the reason why people in the royal family, as well as bloggers and people don't really accept her as the princess because of what they know about her prior to? As well as the acting and all that other stuff. If you really think about it, she doesn't really, of course, doesn't come from royalty. So what makes her royalty? Allegedly. Keep on moving forward.
They met long before Harry, and the real story started on a yacht. At first it sounds unbelievable, too wild, too strange, too dangerous to be true. But the moment you begin tracing the timeline, checking the details, and lining up the whispers, the puzzle pieces begin to fit like a lock clicking open. And somewhere inside that hidden memory of 2002, there is one secret that changes everything. A secret about Meghan's life before the world met her. A secret tied to Prince Andrew, and a secret connected to something that would happen months later. A sudden, shocking medical crisis and a hysterectomy. If that sounds like too much for one story, stay with me. Because by the time we reach the end, you'll hear the chapter that brings all of it together. The yacht, the prince, the whispered pregnancy, and the infection that turned into something far more serious than anyone expected.
The infection that turned into something far more serious. Keep on going. And do you think that she probably got whilst they were hanging out for them 3 days? We going in today, allegedly. Let's go.
This is the story Ghislaine Maxwell allegedly hinted at, and now we begin at the only place it could start. The coast of Nice in the warm February air of 2002. Nice, France. February 2002. The sun drops into the water like melted gold, and the harbor glows as if someone lit candles inside the waves. A Greek millionaire's yacht waits at the dock, big, bright, alive with music and people who look like they stepped out of a magazine. This wasn't a tourist boat, it wasn't a cruise, it wasn't even a simple party. It was a private celebration held for one VIP guest, Prince Andrew, who at that time was traveling across Europe in a diplomatic role. And on that same night, stepping onto that same yacht, wearing confidence like it was her dress, is a young Meghan Markle. This is years before Hollywood attention, years before royal titles, years before the world even knew her name. Back then, she was a girl with fierce ambition and a hunger for the world to finally notice her. People didn't know it yet, but the events on this yacht would become one of the strangest and most whispered rumors linked to her past. Every story needs a witness, and this one has the most unexpected kind. An Australian back.
Notice how we going longer than 2 minutes on this one because we pulling the plot back. I was going to do a whole single special on just this video alone. Bad audio, why not give you guys some real good content? I want you guys to see this. Let's go.
Packer, who goes by the pseudonym Bob. Bob didn't belong in this world of millionaires, princes, and glittering decks. He wasn't rich, he wasn't famous, he was just a young guy traveling through Europe with a cheap backpack and a few
kind of like Leonardo DiCaprio in the Titanic. Just a backpacker, just being around. Got lucky to be around these type of people. And Bob told it all.
Coins in his pocket. But luck or fate placed him on the yacht that night. He'd met Theo, the yacht owner's son, while wandering through Nice. Theo liked him, trusted him, and invited him to a party he said would be one for the books. Bob didn't know that one for the books meant watching a strange, intense, and unforgettable connection form right in front of him. He didn't know he would become the only person who would one day be able to say, I saw Meghan Markle and Prince Andrew together before any of us knew who she'd become. Bob remembers everything. The music, the lights, the feeling that something unusual was about to happen. He didn't know he was standing at the edge of a rumor that would follow Meghan all the way into Buckingham Palace. Before Prince Andrew even sets foot on the yacht, Meghan is already the center of attention. Not because she was famous, she wasn't. Not because she was powerful, she wasn't. But because she spoke like someone who believed she was destined for something massive. According to the witness, she proudly told people that her father was an award-winning Hollywood lighting director. She had just landed a role in a U.S. hospital drama, and one day she would become the first female president of the United States. The other girls on the yacht didn't like her. They whispered, rolled their eyes, and called her a fantasist. Someone who talked too big, too loud, too proudly. But Meghan didn't seem to care. She was watching the staircase, waiting, scanning for someone. Because Meghan wanted something more than attention. She wanted the prince. And the moment he arrived, her story truly began. When the clock crawled past 11 p.m., the energy on the yacht shifted like the air itself knew someone important was on the way. Conversations paused, heads turned, even the music seemed to lower itself in respect. Then he stepped aboard, Prince Andrew, confident, relaxed, moving through the crowd like he already knew he was the most powerful person on the vessel. And Meghan saw her moment. She didn't hesitate. She didn't blink. She didn't wait for another girl to act first. According to the witness, Meghan moved toward him with the determination of someone who had made up her mind long before the night began. Less than 30 minutes after Andrew's arrival, she was already sitting on his lap. Not shy, not unsure, not embarrassed in the slightest.
On the yacht with Prince Andrew, this is an actual image right here that was taken of Meghan and Andrew on said yacht. Do your boy a favor, double tap that screen to get those likes up. We still got more. Let's go.
She wore a tiny white bikini that caught the light like polished seashells, and she leaned into him, whispering into his ear like she'd known him her entire life. The other women on the yacht watched with quiet irritation, whispers traveling faster than the sea breeze. But Meghan, she wasn't paying attention to them. She was focused on one thing, locking in the prince's interest before anyone else even opened their mouth. Some say she acted boldly, some say she acted strategically, but whatever the truth is, one thing was certain, Prince Andrew noticed her, and he didn't push her away. This moment, this bold, fearless, unblinking move became the spark that set the next 72 hours on fire. It happened quickly. One moment, Meghan was whispering into Andrew's ear on the upper deck, and the next, the two of them were walking down a narrow staircase leading to the private cabins below.
Would you like some sloppy toppy? I don't want to say that close to the camera, but would you like some sloppy toppy? Could have possibly said something like that. I don't know.
And then they disappeared for 3 full days. Crew members and guests later recalled that food and drinks were brought to a single cabin, the one Meghan and Andrew had taken. Nobody saw them come out. Nobody saw them return to the deck. The cabin door stayed closed morning to night, night to morning. Whatever happened down there, whatever words were spoken, whatever promises were hinted at, remains locked behind that cabin door. But the witness remembers one thing very clearly.
Thank you, Jordan.
When Meghan finally emerged, sun-kissed, glowing, brushing her hair back with a satisfied look, she said something that sent a shock through the circle of girls still on the yacht. I've got my prince at last. It wasn't a joke. It wasn't playful. It was a declaration. By the end of the 3rd day, Meghan and Andrew left the yacht together. They walked out as if nothing unusual had happened, as if spending 3 days hidden away in each other's company was simply normal. But the truth is, it was anything but normal. And what came next would prove just how complicated those 3 days would become. The yacht party ended, the music faded, and the waves smoothed back into silence. But Meghan was not finished with the story she believed she had started. She stayed in touch with Theo, with Melanie, and even with Bob, the quiet backpacker who kept his distance but saw everything. More importantly, according to sources, she stayed in touch with Prince Andrew. At least she tried to. Meghan believed the connection they shared on the yacht wasn't just a fleeting moment. She treated it as the beginning of something.
You are a jump off. What are you talking about? She'll jump off. That's what they call a jump off. That's like, oh, and she just happened to get there first. And he liked it. You know what? I got the best one possibly on the boat. I'm gonna chill down here for the time that I'm here. Y'all just send the food down to the room. Y'all know how it go. That's how it went, probably. You know, allegedly. I don't know. Let's keep on going.
Something she wanted to grow, something she thought could change her life. She had told people on the yacht she wanted to be someone important, someone powerful, someone with influence. A prince, any prince, was exactly the type of door she wanted to walk through. And for a short time, the communication continued. Her name still meant little to the world, but to her, the spark she believed she had set in motion, it was everything. She carried that belief with her for weeks into new conversations, new dreams, new plans. She had gotten close to a prince, and she wasn't about to let the story end on a yacht.
Sadly, it's gonna end on a yacht. Let's go.
But something she didn't expect was waiting for her. A silence, a shift, a door that suddenly closed. And when it closed hard.
It's been 3 weeks since you called it again. The one you let hit never called you again. Remember when he said he was about the Benjamins? You act like you were with your girlfriend. Remember? Bad thing, bad thing, bad things, bad thing. Yeah. It's been 3 weeks since you heard. Yeah, that's exactly what happened to you, Megan. It's been 3 weeks since you heard from your friend. The one you let hit it never called you again. Remember when he said he was about the Benjamins? You act like you ain't hear him, but you wasn't listening, girlfriend.
The next chapter begins with that silence, the moment everything Megan believed she had secured vanished like mist over the French coastline. After the yacht, Megan walked into life with a new confidence. She believed she had opened a door most people could only dream about. She believed she had secured a connection with Prince Andrew, a connection that could lift her into a world she wanted more than anything. But then, everything changed. When Andrew returned to London, his world swallowed him again. Royal schedules, meetings, public duties, and suddenly Megan found herself standing on the outside of a kingdom she thought she was stepping into. She tried calling his mobile. It stayed off.
Who dis? New phone. Who dis? New phone. You ever get that text? Who dis? New phone.
She found the number to his new office. She called again and again and again. Sources say her calls became so frequent that the prince gave his staff a clear instruction: do not put her through.
Now tell me that's not the cold shoulder right there. We're doing it right now, y'all. We're not over. It's not over. I'm just asking you to pay attention to what the mods are saying right now. We're asking for some likes. We need desperately to get these likes up to get our numbers respectful because we have bad audio only for today. I promise you it's going to get better. I promise you we're going to get it right. But you can't front on the content. You can't front on what we got going on over here. So all we're asking, if we make those ends justify the means, and let's get up to 200 likes. We will really appreciate it. And at the same time, yeah, anybody got anything on the microphone fund? No, we good. Don't worry about it. As you can see, we're gonna return that one and get that piece, pop that in there, and we're gonna have even better shows. If y'all think today's show is good and with bad audio, watch what happens when I get this audio straight. Let me at them. I'll splat them. Let's go. Let's keep on going.
To Megan, this wasn't just silence. It was rejection. A cold, heavy rejection that felt like the yacht had never happened. As if the 3 days below deck were erased, as if her whispered promises and plans had evaporated, as if she had been mistaken about everything, but the silence didn't matter nearly as much as what she was trying to tell him. Because Megan wasn't calling just to talk. She was calling because she believed she had news he needed to hear, news that would shake her life and his into something no one on that yacht could have predicted. But Andrew never picked up. And Megan was left alone with a secret growing heavier every day. This chapter is the turning point.
A secret growing heavier every day.
The moment where the story shifts from ambition to something deeper, more human, and far more complicated. According to the circle of sources connected through Melanie, Theo's girlfriend, Megan had told them she had important news for the prince. And whispered behind those words was one belief. Megan thought she was pregnant, and she thought Prince Andrew was the father. In her mind, this wasn't just news. It was her future. It was the next.
Andrew said, it wasn't me. No, you had me on the boat. It wasn't me. But we stayed together 3 days. It wasn't me. We even had all the food. It wasn't me. Yeah, Andrew said, it wasn't me.
Step in the story, she believed fate had handed her on that warm night in Nice, but she couldn't reach him. Her calls hit walls. Her messages never landed. Her attempts at connection disappeared into silence. And day after day, as the reality settled in, she faced a choice she never expected to confront alone. Sources recount that she struggled with what to do, balancing fear, ambition, shock, and uncertainty. Then she made a decision. She reportedly chose to end the pregnancy. Not because she wanted to, but because the prince she believed would stand beside her never even answered the phone. The silence from London didn't just close a door. It pushed her into a decision that would change the rest of her life. And if the story had ended there, it would already be dramatic enough.
Nope.
But fate had one more twist waiting for her. A twist even darker than the palace silence. In the months after the reported abortion, Meghan's life spun into a blur of reinvention. She became involved with a member of George Bush's Senate circle, a man with influence and political weight, someone she believed could open new paths for her future. She was still chasing the same dream: power, status, a place in the rooms where decisions are made. But then, according to the same chain of sources, came the moment that changed everything.
It's called trying to uck your way to the top. You know? Uck your way to the top. Also, back in the day, they used to say she's a doorknob. Everybody gets a turn.
A brief affair with an actor. One mistake. One secret she never saw coming. The actor allegedly carried an STD. Meghan contracted a severe infection, and before she could understand what her body was going through, the situation escalated far beyond what anyone expected. Sources claim the infection became dangerous, urgent, and by April 2002, Meghan reportedly underwent a hysterectomy. One moment she was climbing through the world, fueled by ambition, determination, and belief in her destiny. The next, she was fighting a medical emergency that would leave a permanent mark on her life, sweeping away every dream she once had of a traditional family, closing a chapter she never thought would end so suddenly, and leaving her to rebuild herself from the ground up.
Oye, man, ¿qué cae lo que es? Wow. ¿Qué cae lo que es? What's she gonna do? Another Quelo or another head? What's she gonna do? Huh? ¿Qué cae lo que es? And I know I'm bad, probably gonna take me wrong for saying that, right? But she did it to herself. Think of it like that. Don't feel sorry for this person. Look at the way that she handled her life, the actions that she took. Yeah, I'm a joke on it. I'm sorry, I'm a joke on it. Wow. Yeah. She can't no kiss. She can't no kiss. Because of what she did. Sorry, y'all. Take me how you want it.
This part of her life stayed deeply hidden, locked away behind smiles, interviews, and reinventions. But the timing, the infection, the medical crisis, all link back to the same chain of events that began on that yacht. And that's why, even after Meghan became a duchess, the whispers of Nice, the prince, and the 3 mysterious days didn't disappear. They followed her, quietly, consistently.
And if the queen was still alive, if King knows about this, if the other people in the royal family would know about this, why would they want Harry to be with her? They would think like, why don't you be with someone from another royal family, a real princess? You get what I'm saying? I'm not trying to throw up on the bus as with spirits and saying I'm a mean person. Don't go there with it. But I have to say the actions of what you do in your life basically paves your road. It's not always a yellow brick road. It's not always a flowery road, but it depends on how you handle your life. If you do bad things, it's going to come back to you. If you don't take care of yourself with your health, it's going to come back to bite you in the butt. If you sleep around with all types of people that you're not checking on, things can come back to bite you in the butt. Just real talk that we got going on over here this morning, y'all.
Like a ghost. And that brings us to the final chapter, the legend no one can ever quite bury. Years passed. Meghan rose, reinvented herself again and again, and eventually married Prince Harry, the man the sources jokingly called the Prince of Pink Pancakes. Her life transformed into a global spotlight.
Someone says this is a smear on their children. Speculation on surrogacy. Okay. She made the bed, now she has to lay in it. See, I like a lot of people that's Level-headed and smart over here. Exactly.
Royal title, and a new identity. But some stories refuse to fade. Some stories stay stitched into the background, waiting for the right moment to resurface. Those who knew about Nice could never forget it. Those who watched her rise recognized the irony. And Prince Andrew, if the whispers are true, avoided her with a coldness that felt almost practiced. Sources say that once she entered the royal family, the two shared a strange frosty tension, as if they had been actors in a play neither of them wanted to revisit. And then there is the final twist. When Ghislaine Maxwell reportedly spoke about the forgotten shadows of Andrew's past, she didn't mention newspapers, gossip, or speculation. Instead, she hinted at a story of 3 days, a story of a young woman, and a story Andrew hoped would never surface again. The yacht, the whispers, the pregnancy, the infection, the hysterectomy, the locked door below deck, a chain of events that shaped the private past of a woman who would one day become a duchess. A story that begins like a rumor but settles in your mind like truth. And as the years go on, one thing becomes clear. This isn't just a forgotten chapter, it's a ghost. One that still walks beside Meghan Markle's rise. One that Prince Andrew would rather the world never hear again. And one that finally has a voice, whether the palace likes it or not.
It's going to always be there. It's always going to follow. And trust me, many people in royal family and in royalty are thinking the same way that I'm thinking. Why her? Especially when you know the history. Now, all of a sudden, with Andrew being kicked out for the royal family as well. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. If y'all appreciate that content, we got more for you. Double tap that screen and get those lights up. We got to go on over to this terrifying moment where the highway is crumbling right up under drivers as they watch and panic. Look at this craziness right here. This is going on over in drivers in Indonesia were shocked when the highway crumbled in pieces, piece by piece, before their eyes. I don't know if you guys if you saw this already, but we're definitely going to show it to you right now. I'm talking about layers of the actual street are falling into the ground. And you got people that's going over to the edge like, I would be running the other direction. Check this out. Let's get those screens tightened in so you guys can see this. You don't want to miss this. Let's go. Talking about shoddy workmanship. And I'm gonna be honest with you, from looking at what I'm looking at, that doesn't look like a sound foundation right there. It looks like they just put that there on top of some dirt. Like it doesn't even look like a good foundation that they tried to make over there. Thank you so much, Jordan Dowdy, for the $5 super chat. You are so appreciated, and that'll go to the microphone fund. Thank you so much. But do you guys see what I'm talking about here? Look at all of this crap right here. This is just pure dirt right there. And they got the big pieces of the nothing but like black tar on top of it. There's no support or no nothing there. Check this out. This is not no AI. It's a sinkhole. Yeah. There you go, Quiet Storm. Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm telling y'all right now, this is not no AI. It's not. I'm telling you, there ain't no AI right there. That ain't no damn AI. Get that moped out of here. I'm telling y'all, that ain't no AI right there. That's poor, shoddy workmanship. And somebody in the comments said, that's the people they're trying to get to come work for us and build up over here? I don't think so. Let's get on over to Virginia. Y'all ain't gonna believe this, where the workers over there had to be rescued. That's right, from a skyscraper. I'm so scared of heights. The only heights I ever go to is Washington Heights, maybe Brooklyn Heights, Crown Heights, or any other heights. If it has to do anything with a building's heights or a mountain, anything high, you can count me out. You'll have to count me out. You're gonna have to count me out. I'm not playing around with no heights. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. We got to get on over to Virginia. I'm talking about they was dangling for a while. You could pay me $30,000 a minute, and I'm not taking this job. $30,000 a minute. Yo, guys, we got this job for you, man. It's one of the highest paid jobs in the world. What is it? Oh, you got to go clean windows outside of a skyscraper. We're going to pay you $30,000 a minute. No, thank you. I'm not doing it. Keep your dough. Matter of fact, if I can subcontract it out, give me the money. Give me the money, I'll get other people to do it, because I ain't going up there. Let's go, y'all. Let's keep going.
Tonight, a daring rescue from a high-rise building in a northern Virginia suburb outside Washington, D.C.
Make sure we do everything right. Slow it down, be safe.
2 window washers were cleaning a building this morning when one of the tethers holding their basket in place snapped, leaving them dangling 150 feet in the air.
Nope.
Rescue workers rushed to the scene. Fairfax County firefighters rappelling down the building to secure the workers.
You would have had to strap me in, and I would have been unconscious the entire time. Just like this. Straight up. And every time I woke up, ah! Ah! Every time I wake up, ah! Faint myself back to unconsciousness as long as I'm up there. I wouldn't be able to handle nothing like that. Just being honest. You want to beat me up? You want to steal something from me, take something from me, and you want to know my kryptonite? There it is right there. Take me up on the roof and have a conversation with me. You're going to hear 3 words, and they're going to be real quick words. You got it. No problem. You got it. I'm telling you now.
To give you an idea just how high in the air these workers were, they were 3/4 of the way up this building from where I'm standing right now, dangling in the air in the freezing cold.
Hell no.
A backup harness prevented a serious fall for both people. Pictures from inside the building show the fire crews hooking the workers up to a secure line to pull them out of harm's way. Dan Gajewski is the battalion chief who oversaw the rescue. He said his crews found a unique way to communicate with the stranded workers.
Our fire department units actually started typing into the iPads and showing the workers and asking things like, hey, are you okay? You know, letting them know that we have rescuers that are on the roof that are going to be down to meet with them here shortly.
Again, it would have been impossible to speak with me because he's unconscious. He will not wake up. Every time he wake up, he looks to the right or to the left, and he goes out again. They would not have been able to show me no damn iPad. I would have just been like this the whole time. Well, we can just deal with him in his state of unconsciousness. That's what they would have to do for me. I'm not going to be,
Just kind of calming those nerves.
The rescue crew said the 2 workers were remarkably calm during the ordeal. They were pulled to safety and escaped the harrowing incident without any injuries. Still isn't clear what caused the incident.
He's dead, but he's breathing.
NBC News, Tyson's Corner, Virginia.
Jeff said, he's dead, but he's breathing. That's right. I'd have been like this. I mean, they would have had to strap. I'm telling you, I'm not good with heights at all. Uber driver gets 45 years after admitting to getting rid of, I don't even know how to say the word, to illing a passenger during attempted R word. Sad part about this is he's an Uber driver. He was supposed to be vetted. She is no longer alive, and now her daughter and her mother have to deal with this tragic situation right here. And it was an Uber driver that did this. We can't trust anybody nowadays, you guys. We already have situations all week where we're talking about teachers. We got fire department people. We got police officers that's doing stuff. Can't trust anybody almost. Check this out. Let's get into it.
An Indianapolis Uber driver will spend 45 years in prison. That's after he pleaded guilty to murder today.
This is such a disturbing case. CBS 4's Jesse Wells has reaction from the victim's family.
In exchange for pleading guilty to murder, charges of rape and abuse of a corpse against the suspect were dismissed. Victim's family says they're okay with the plea deal because it gives them some justice and allows them to move forward.
You chose to take the life of my daughter. And now I have to deal with that.
Speaking directly to Francisco Valadez, the mother of Shanti Dixon told her daughter's convicted killer her family is still focused every day on healing
Even though I have suffered a great loss because of you, I will move forward.
Prosecutors claim Valadez was working as a rideshare driver with Uber in September of last year when he drove Dixon to her apartment complex on the near southeast side, where he sexually assaulted and shot the victim to death before dragging her body out of his car and dumping her into the nearby woods. According to court records, police used rideshare information from Uber to quickly solve the case, and Valadez admitted to the murder, confessing he even tried to have sex with the victim after he killed her.
What you did to my mom was cruel, and now I have to wake up and be reminded of what you did to my mom.
In court, Shanti's sister read a letter addressed to Valadez, written by the victim's daughter.
I believe you should be in prison for the rest of your life, although that won't bring my mom back. At least I know that she will get justice.
After Valadez was sentenced to 45 years in prison and walked out of court, Shanti's mother reiterated she doesn't ever want to hear or see from the convicted killer ever again.
I am glad that this is done. This is a chapter we've been waiting on to happen so we can move forward, and that's what we plan to do, move forward.
Finally, as part of the plea deal, the suspect waived his right to appeal the 45-year sentence. Jesse Wells, CBS 4 News.
Terrible situation right there, and that was some real sickening information right there. That was wood chipper on slow right there. After the fact that he pray for the family as well as the mother and the daughter and everybody affected in this tragic situation. We want to ask for strength, resolve, and Lord, please continue to cover them as you always do us as well. Amen. Keep on moving forward, you guys. We got this reporter who was whacked in the face by a bird during the camera segment. I don't know what happened to her. Well, yeah, she got rocked in the face. So I feel bad for her. You got to be careful when you're out there reporting. Check this out.
Wardrobe is going to be short-lived.
Boom.
Talking? Yeah.
Talking about working hard for the money, huh?
Yeah. Oh. Yeah.
So I'm good. My take on this is it's very windy and the bird is in the air trying to fly. A big burst of wind probably came and he couldn't handle the wind. I believe I can fly. Crashed into her head. She was doing her reporting. Sad stories.
Oh my God. My eye. Yeah.
Oh shit, you're bleeding.
Am I?
Oh.
Or you could also look at it like, shut up, bitch. You know, you want to be a jokester about it, but she was bleeding, so that's not fun. Yeah, that bird cracked her right in the face. It didn't really hit her hard. I saw like the wing and the arm come in a little bit, but shut up, bitch. Send the birds at her. Shut up. Gripping testimony over road rage pow that lost 11-year-old. This is one of our follow-up stories. Don't go nowhere. It's one of our follow-up stories right here about the 11-year-old. I'm sorry, let me get over there. I know you can't hear me. We got a situation over here where an 11-year-old lost his life due to road rage. You guys remember this story. There were two people going back at each other on the road, back and forth. Next thing you know, one guy takes out his pow, didn't know that there was an 11-year-old on his way to school and lost his life. Tragic event. We got the follow-up as well as the testimony from the sheriff who had to come up on the scene and deal with it. Let's go, you guys. Let's get it.
Well, gripping testimony in the courtroom as the stepfather of 11-year-old Brandon Dominguez Chuvaria took the stand today. And thank you so much for joining us live at 6. I'm Trisha Keene.
And I'm Abel Garcia. Brandon was shot and killed during a Henderson road rage incident just last month. And the man accused of killing Brandon was also back in front of the Henderson judge.
And reporter Shelley Leggett was there and has all of the details of what happened in court today.
We went into this hearing not knowing what was going to happen, but shocking new details and eyewitness testimony gave an insight into what led up to that deadly incident last month. And for the first time, we're hearing from the second driver, Valente Ayala, the victim's stepfather. 22-year-old Tyler Matthew Johns was back in Henderson court today for a preliminary hearing. He's charged with murder after investigators say he fired into a vehicle on the 215 Beltway Parkway on November 14th, killing 11-year-old Brandon Dominguez Chavarria, who was on his way to school. During today's hearing, the judge was presented evidence and heard from several witnesses. Doyle Miller.
All of a sudden, I heard pop, and I looked at my wife and I said, that was a gunshot, and then I heard a crash.
Russell Price.
Right past the Gibson off ramp, that's when the two rangers trying to merge. I noticed the vehicle, the blue vehicle, kind of angled in a way that it looked like it was gonna eventually try to get into that part of the right lane.
Officer Luke Doty, the first officer on the scene, who got visibly emotional on the stand after describing seeing Dominguez Chavarria in the back seat of his stepfather's SUV.
As the door was not open by my stepfather, as I approached the vehicle, I noticed there was somebody sitting in that rear of that seat of this SUV. Getting caught there. Back that I'm not emotional at all. I get. Yeah, I don't think about this too much. Stay professional. So my job is to be professional. I'm thinking about stuff when you're doing your job. But it's not.
And the second driver involved in the incident, Valente Ayala, Dominguez Chavarria's stepfather. He sat next to a Spanish interpreter on the stand as we heard for the first time what he says happened that morning on November 14th.
I look at him, I turn around to look at him, and at that moment I see that he was already pointing a gun at me.
He said I didn't even look at him, and then when I did have a chance to finally look at him, I saw that he was already pointing the GUN at me. Fired the weapon and killed him. You know, the 11-year-old is no longer here, you guys. Tragic.
After hearing several hours of witness testimony, the judge found there was enough evidence to move forward with the case in district court. Johns is expected back in court on December 11th. Reporting from the newsroom, I'm Shelley Leggett.
Terrible, terrible situation right there. We have been praying for the 11-year-old as well as the father and everybody that was affected by this tragic situation. Thank you, guys. Let's keep on moving forward because we got a woman now that's not getting that much promotion because I guess it's not a big story, but this is pretty sad because it seemed as if maybe her Mercedes just gave out on her and she was a sitting duck on the highway. Miami, woman loses her life on a turnpike crash involving a FedEx tractor trailer. This happened this morning, you guys. Terrible situation right here. Still got it covered. Let's go.
Developing right now, new tragedy on the turnpike today after a crash involving a FedEx tractor trailer.
One person was killed in that wreck. Local 10's Isabella Martin is live at the scene in Davie.
And I know you have the very latest on what led up to this crash.
Good morning. Well, as you mentioned, one person was killed, another was seriously injured, and a third was not hurt. Now, traffic is back to normal, as you can see. The cars are flowing smoothly, but take a look at what the scene was like this morning.
Troopers tell us early this morning a Mercedes SUV was stopped in the center lane of the turnpike over I-595 when a tractor trailer couldn't avoid it and hit the Mercedes from behind. The impact sent the SUV into the median wall. A 36-year-old woman from Miami was pronounced dead at the scene, and the male driver of that SUV was rushed to Broward Health in serious condition. The truck driver, a 53-year-old man from Miami, was not injured. He was driving a FedEx semi at the time of the crash, and in a statement to Local 10, FedEx said, "Our thoughts are with the family and friends who had loved ones involved in this tragic accident. Safety is our highest priority, and we are cooperating fully with local authorities in this investigation."
I think Mercedes-Benz needs to have something to do with this investigation as well, since it was their car that stalled on the side of the highway. How about that, Mercedes-Benz? It ain't got nothing to do with that FedEx truck only. It also has something to do with checking on that car to see why she was actually there stalled and failed like that. Or maybe the last mechanic, whether it has something to do with any repairs to do with that vehicle. I think that there needs to be some sort of a thorough investigation, especially since the fact that someone lost their lives in that. Let's do your boy a favor. Let's double tap that screen. Hopefully we get those likes up. I think we out of the single digits now. I appreciate that so much. Even though we got bad audio, I told you, we still got a good show. We got to keep on moving forward because you've heard about Airbnb squatters. Well, imagine this. It's your house. This is your house. You ready? You own this property. You rented the Airbnb out to somebody who said that they only needed a place to stay until their house got repaired. 2 months later, you trying to get them out your house. You live in Washington, D.C., you've tried everything. You've almost said that you would pay them to leave. They sign the agreement, take the money, and still stay. And then they tell you, take me to court and do what you got to do. So not only are they not paying rent in your house that you own, that you still got to keep paying the utilities for because that's illegal if you cut it off. And they're not letting you in there to get nothing out of there. They've also got family members staying there, probably tearing the place up. What would you guys do? Check this story out right here. I would go crazy on this one. I don't know. It's really thin line of what you can do. There's not a lot that you can when you're dealing with squatters.
All of the responsibilities are on me, and I can't get into my property. There's a leak in the property. The water bill is escalating. I can't get in there to see what's going on.
A DC homeowner claiming an Airbnb guest has overstayed their welcome and will not leave. In this story, you'll only see on 7 News. We're digging into DC law, finding out there's not much that homeowner can do. Our Washington, D.C. reporter Felicia Ashley spoke with the homeowner and tried to speak with the alleged squatter.
I know what you mean, the middle median, but if she was in a traffic lane, that's why it probably happened. Got hit from the back, being in a traffic lane.
Alleged squatter originally got into the home through Airbnb, claiming that her apartment caught fire and it needed time to get repairs. Now that was back in February. Roshane Douglas says she didn't know she was opening her life up to a nightmare when she accepted Shadija Romero's Airbnb reservation almost 10 months ago. That reservation ended March 29th after 32 days, and Romero hasn't paid another dime. But living in the home for over a month apparently lets her claim some form of tenant rights.
Somebody said they'd get some pit bulls to get her out of there if there was their house. So you got an Airbnb now. You got to rent it out to this person, and she don't want to leave. Now, somebody said they'll get the pit bulls. Somebody said they're hire the gangsters. We got some other, what else we got over here? We got somebody says that I'm going to hire some gangsters, right? Somebody said pit bulls. Let's keep on going for Purple Sunday, y'all. Let's go. And the law is after 30 days, she's considered a resident, so you got to take her to court. That's the craziness about New York as well as DC with all of these crazy old laws that need to be modified for new times.
Apparently lets her claim some form of tenant rights, and she refuses to let Roshane enter the property.
I never gave her any tenancy. I never gave her a lease.
Roshane tried everything, gave her a 30-day notice to vacate, called police, went to court, and even offered Romero $2,500 to...
Look at that, Jeffrey. They owe him $8,000. He finally got out of there. You ain't getting that money, Jeff. She gone. She don't care about having bad credit. She gonna get somebody to take that off her credit report. Sorry to say.
Sign a paper admitting she's not a tenant and to get out. Romero signed the document, but didn't budge.
November the 15th came and she told me, this no longer works for me. Do what you have to do. I'm not leaving.
Ooh.
I went to the police with my order, and they said there's nothing that they can do, that I need to go to court.
So took her money, signed the agreement, and then when she went back to say, I thought y'all was going to leave, we had an agreement. Do what you got to do. Then she went to the police and they said that they can't even help her. What can, you talking about the law not being on somebody's side?
Which I've done, and I do not have a court date until December the 11th.
Roshane put this sign up on her home so police and the neighbors would know Romero was not authorized to be there. A sign Romero covered with a sheet.
I need police assistance.
I was there when police helped Roshane cut it down, while Romero hid inside.
It's shocking to me that you would abuse a system like that.
While all this is going on, Romero's social media shows her living her best life.
So she ain't paying no rent, but she's going on extravagant trips. She's doing flips and cartwheels in hotel lobbies. She's living her best life. Check this out. This is her renter right there. Check this out, y'all.
On trips and promoting her nonprofit. And Roshane is left paying thousands in attorney fees, the mortgage, and utilities for a home she can't even enter.
And she don't look like she's missing no meals.
I tried to get some answers from Romero, who was clearly inside the home, but she never came to the door. When a person walked out to her car, they didn't want to talk to us either.
Thank you for about the compliment.
Roche is waiting now for her court date next week, where she's hoping the judge's decision will allow U.S. Marshals to force her unwanted guests out once and for all.
Not only that, do you guys look over the right side of her shoulder? It's a little bit dark. But do you notice how they put that sheet back down there covering the sign again? They put another sheet. Think about it. They ain't got to pay for no rent. They got money for sheets. Think about it. They done covered the sign again.
For now, reporting from Northeast DC, Felicia Ashley, 7 News.
Yeah, you got a lot of people here with opinions and how they would have handled that. I know how I would have did it. Somebody in the comments already said it. Pit bulls. But I would have went over there. Hey, this is my house. I got the key. I'm coming in. I'm bringing in like 15 to 20 people. We're going to be chilling in the living room. We're going to be having fun. We're going to be utilizing all the utilities. We're going to be going in the bathroom while you're in the shower. We're going to be going in the bathroom like a pit bull and follow you while you're on the toilet. So wherever you go, we're going to be there. Hey, fam, how you doing? That's what they need to do. Hire a whole bunch of people. No, tell your all your family members and all your friends, I need y'all to come stay at the crib for the next 2 weeks straight. We're going to get them the hell out of here. Bully them, all types of stuff. Don't hit them now. But whatever they cooking, eat it. Go in the refrigerator, throw all the food out. All types of crazy stuff to get on their nerves. They go in the bathroom, cut the light off. All types of nonsense. Put some laxative in all their food. You're staying there with them. Why not? Make it hell for them. Keep on moving forward. I would make it hell for them. Let's get on over to New Jersey. No, I'm sorry. Let's get on over to China. And whoever left, I feel sorry for y'all. And I know we got a bad audio issue, but I tell you in the beginning that every time we do a show, if the show's going to be good or not, I'm like the perfect connect. I'll be like, yo, I got it. I mean, this batch here ain't so good. You know what I'm saying? I'll give you the option of letting you know if you want to buy or not. That's the way that I get that. But this show today, minus the audio, woo, banger. Check out this video right here. This is for all the dedicated people that been here since day one. I appreciate you. Now, you're in China. You got a husband and you come home from work. All of a sudden, it's hard to get in the door. Something's blocking the door. Not only that, you're hearing a strange noise going on while you're coming in the house. Is he up to something? You gotta hurry up and get in there. Is that mistress again? Because if she's in there, I'm gonna, in my house? So you know what the mistress decides to do? She climbs out of the window of a high-rise building because the husband's wife was coming home. Check this out. This is some craziness right here. Back to the Heights situation. I would have had to have a fight. It would have had to be a different sort of situation because guess what? I'm not going to be hanging or dangling outside nobody's window because their husband coming home. I'm telling you right now, straight up and down. This is a spot. This is a video where this lady narrowly loses her life and narrowly plunges herself to DEAF while hiding from a lover's wife. She's hanging out of the window. Check this out. This is the heart-stopping moment. A mistress slips while clinging to the edge of a 10th floor window as she tries to escape her lover's wife. Told you we got it over here. Do your boy a favor and tell me to tap that screen. Let's go. So he ain't got no love for her. That go to show you right there. Homie ain't got no love for you, boo. I would have been like, look, we gonna get caught. Go hide in the closet, right? I'm gonna take her in the bathroom. You run out. But again, we don't know if this wife already know what's up. So she's like, I'm not messing with King Kong Ting. She gonna come over here and tear me up. She know all of that. No, I'm going out the window. You know somebody got to be real scared to go out the window on the 10th floor. So the neighbors are over there. What's up? then when you realized that you fucked up. It was this point that you realized that you might have fucked up. Because who the hell gonna go out there and save you? How? How long are you gonna be able to grip onto the side of a building, sliding down one of the storm drains? Yeah, y'all. Do your boy a favor now. You ain't getting this nowhere else, even with bad audio. Double tap that screen, get those likes up, let everybody know what we got going on over here. Let's go. Look like she done messed up right here, don't it? Check this out. At this point, she's like HE-double-L hockey stick. She's knocking on the window. She's banging on the next floor down. Boom, boom, boom. Help me. Sad part about it is, what if he got one of those child gates on there? He can't help you if he wanted to. Let's keep on going, y'all. Let's go. But she steadily herself and knocks on the window of a shocked neighbor who manages to drag her inside. Just so you know, her entire life right now is in this neighbor's hands. If this man had a Charlie horse or anything like that right now, it would be over. As you can see, she is slipping on her feet as she's trying to grip. Only thing she got holding her up is him. The footage spread rapidly across Chinese social media, sparking speculation. Online commentators said the pair had been left socially dead, with many predicting they would face considerable embarrassment. So they did not want to get caught because of embarrassment. Now what if he wasn't home? Now what if he wasn't home to help you in that window? Stay away from messing with married men and women. Don't do it. I'm telling you, it's not worth it. Especially if you got to worry about embarrassment and stuff like that. What you doing? What you doing cheating for? Told you guys. Let's keep on moving forward now, because I know we got a follow-up story. Because sometimes all you need, even though we're having a bad situation right here with audio, sometimes all you really need are the bare necessities. We're barely, you barely can hear me, but we're still hanging in there. It's sometimes that's how it happens, especially after you hibernate. Why am I making all of these bear puns? That's right, because we're getting back over to California, where these wildlife biologists are trying to lure a bear out of the Altadena crawl space. You guys remember the 500-pound bear that was under the crawl space that they're trying to get rid of? Well, guess what? Story's not over.
Been reporting all week about a bear living under a house in Altadena, and yes, it is still there.
Now state biologists are there as well, trying to help coax it out, and so is CBS LA's Zach Boetto. Zach.
Juan, Rachel, I'm doing everything I can to get this bear out of there, but state wildlife officials say that this is a 550-pound male black bear. They have biologists over here on the side of this Altadena home going up and down there. That's where the crawl space is, and that's where this bear is cooped up. Now, those biologists today are putting lures that smell like caramel and cherry to try to attract the bear and get it out of this crawl space on its own.
Wrong flavors. You know what he needs? HUNNY. Honey.
The focus is on the side yard of this Altadena home Thursday as State Fish and Wildlife scientists work to get a roughly 550-pound black bear out of the home's crawl space.
I've seen pictures of this bear.
and I'm shocked that it could be under that house.
Homeowner Ken Johnson says the bear nestled in last Tuesday, but this isn't the first time CDFW says they've made contact with this big male black bear.
You're like, look here, man, I got my Airbnb, I already got my information. I followed the rules of the app. You guys said I could stay down here. I mean, the preceding story was Airbnb, so why it can't be Air Bears and Bears?
Earlier this year, officials say they trapped, tagged, and released him about 10 miles away in the Angeles National Forest. But he couldn't stay away from the Altadena charm.
The bear most likely thinks of this area as its home.
And that, along with other factors like the tight side yard and attention from people coming to take a look, can make getting the bear out naturally more difficult. But Fish and Wildlife Thursday came prepared with what the bear might think is a tasty dessert.
This is a very above average sized bear, 550 pounds. The plan of getting this bear to exit the crawl space on its own, if that's the best case scenario, that's what we're hoping to do right now with the lure that's been placed in the backyard. That lure is a really strong scent of scents that bears are going to find attractive and appealing. So caramel and cherry.
CDFW is also putting together their own makeshift live stream camera, so their offsite teams can monitor the bear and react if it decides it's ready to find a new den.
Man, that bear gonna come outside and smell like caramel and strawberry. He gonna be like, yo, where the caramellos at? Where the strawberries at? Ain't enough, man, I'm going back in the crib. That's all that bear gonna do. That bear ain't stupid. Let's keep on moving forward now to this wild body cam video that shows a New Jersey cop. What did she do? Got locked up for talking too much. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. I don't know why she didn't want to just go along with the rules, but sometimes you can't tell people, you can't teach people what to do. Listen to this, check this out.
This one walked in. Come back here.
So of course, since she's a police officer, she feels entitled. They're coming there to question her, ask her what's going on, and she feels entitled. She done kicked in her boyfriend's door, and she's admitting it right in front of the police.
Right.
I'm not doing this right now.
You are. Go back. Stop.
I'm getting all.
I got you, but stop for a second.
No, I'm getting all my
I
stuff.
got you. Stop for a second.
This is ridiculous, Kyle.
So they know each other by first name. He's like, this is plumb ridiculous, Kyle. He's like, Rebecca. They work with each other, police officers. She just happens to be off duty.
Like, I have a closet full of clothes here. I have all my important here. And you want to sit here and have a random here with all my belongings, thinking that what she's going to be the new parent to my dog?
So he says he wants to have a new girl in here while I got my stuff still here. So what? She thinks she's gonna be the new mama to my dog? I think it's basically a relationship that's possibly over, and she just doesn't want to let it go. I think it's time to let it go. Doom, 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 doom. Looks like another love TKO. Oh, thinking back over the years, I think I shed some tears. Told myself time and time again, this time we're gonna win. Didn't work for you this move. Looks like another love TKO.
She's gonna move in.
Where is that screen now?
Look, all my stuff. Look, you want to see all my stuff? All my stuff.
Well, nobody cares if your stuff is there. Get your stuff and hit the bricks. But when you say you done broke in the door, that's a charge. And you're standing in front of your co-officer while it's on camera.
You need to come here right now. Because I'm mad.
So she's telling her brother he needs to come.
Well, I just smashed his front door.
Now you saw the uniforms that was hanging there, those were hers. So now it looked like she come from a family of probably police officers or whatever like that, long story short. But you just admitted what you did to his house. That's his house that she's in right now.
Smash the front door. Oh, she's right here.
I'm gonna bring your house. I'm not a problem. If he was a liar and didn't have all my belongings in here and my dog, we would have a row. I'm calling my mother right now.
Yeah.
For what, criminal mischief?
Yeah, and breaking in.
So criminal mischief isn't an arrestable offense.
Rebecca,
Hold on, first of all,
Rebecca, stop, please stop. You made this letter, it's gonna be.
What do you mean criminal mischief is not an arrestable defense and he walked away? Did she just teach us something that we never knew before?
Rebecca.
no, we're gonna go when I get on my
No, you know this.
Okay, well, I'm calling my
You
PDA.
know this.
I'm getting my.
What?
She gotta go.
Okay, give me a second.
You gotta go.
Yes, you are. I'm calling my PDA. I don't know who you're screaming at me. What the are you doing? What are you doing? Are you kidding me?
No, you're not kidding you. You were being belligerent. You were being disrespectful, overbearing, and they were giving you a lot of leeway.
I'm not resisting. You just came up and grabbed my f***ing neck. Get off of me.
Grab that.
Yes, he did.
Grab your arm.
Kyle.
Rebecca, just take your breath. Stop.
I'm fine. I was just calling my PDA.
No, you weren't. You were drunk and acting up. Yeah, so she's out of there. As you guys can see, she got those one size fits all. He said, what? You see, he got mad after a while. He was like, you know what, bitch, I'm tired of your fucking mouth. Get over here. He grabbed him. Yeah, he did get her by the neck. I ain't going for it. You grabbed me by my neck. Oh, yeah, I kind of did do that. You know, I did. But you kind of built, kind of stocky. You ain't going to feel it. You'll be all right. Let's get on over to Oswego. We got a DoorDash driver in court after posting a video of a nude customer. She gets what she deserves. I'm so tired of this woke, stupid agenda right here with these people. I know you guys heard about this story. She goes to deliver some DoorDash. The person probably fell asleep. He could be what do they call that thing when you fall asleep out of nowhere and you don't know no better because it's a medical condition? She decides to take pictures of him and put it on TikTok. Not only that, she called the police trying to get him in trouble because he was naked in his house. Check this out. I know you guys heard about this story, but now we got some more follow-ups to it, and she is now getting what she deserves. I think she's getting what she deserves when it comes down to this one. Check this out right here, you guys. Check this one out.
Video seen around the world landing the person who posted in an Oswego courtroom today. A DoorDash driver showing a naked customer accusing him of harassment, but getting arrested herself.
Exactly.
2 months later, she's facing the charges. News Channel 9's Andrew Donovan was there for her arraignment. The Oswego City judge allowing News Channel 9 to record the proceedings. The first look at 23-year-old Olivia Henderson outside her popular TikTok page.
Their front door was wide open, and they were within eyesight of the front door, laying on the couch and decently exposed to me.
This is her last post, published October 26th, 2 weeks after her now-deleted video causing this controversy. Working as a driver for delivery service DoorDash, Henderson claimed she was dropping off a food order. Went through the customer's door, saw him on the couch, naked. Okay. After posting her footage, she reported the incident to Oswego police as sexual harassment.
So now she tries to get this man arrested for this. You see that? She get what she deserved. Check this out.
Some of the claims that she had made on social media after the fact were not in fact true. Investigators determined the man, drunkenly unconscious on his couch, did nothing wrong. But he found out lewd images of him were published for thousands of TikTok users to see.
Someone said it's called narcolepsy. That's right. Thank you so much for that. And somebody said they live in Oswego. Check that out. That's why I love doing these videos and having content from where you guys are from. Full circle.
So police criminally charged Henderson with 2 counts related to unlawful surveillance. Court documents accused her of recording, quote, intimate parts without consent when he had a reasonable expectation of privacy.
And to all those that have been supportive of me during this time, thank you so much.
For as talkative as she's been on TikTok until now, she had nothing to say while leaving the courthouse.
Lady, do you want to say anything about what happened?
The judge gave Henderson her next court date. It's after the new year in January. In Oswego, Andrew Donovan, News Channel 9. Joy News Channel.
Told you. See, and that's what's called coming back to bite you in the butt. Came back to bite her in the bourgeois. There you go, y'all. Check this out. We got Michael Jordan in the news, and not for playing basketball. We got Michael Jordan in the news right now because he's testifying for NASCAR and says that he had no choice but to sue NASCAR. Let's keep on getting into this, y'all.
Right now, NBA legend and racing team owner Michael Jordan took the stand this afternoon in the antitrust trial
Told you I had a mean
against
show today.
NASCAR. Jordan said that he sued NASCAR to force them to change their business model, which he said is unfair. Our Joe Bruno was inside the federal courthouse when Jordan testified for about an hour, and he joins us now live. Joe?
NASCAR gonna lose just because of Jordan's fame. You got everybody in there like, yo, Jordan, how you doing? They don't even think about the case. I think you're in trouble, NASCAR, especially when y'all hear this story. Double tap that screen, get those likes up. We're going on an extended run. Let's do it. Let's go. Let's go.
It'll be interesting to hear Jordan after this trial talk about just how that experience compared to all the other big moments he's been a part of. You know, he kind of let out a big sigh of relief after he finished his testimony that could shake up the world racing.
Michael Jordan was all business as he entered Charlotte's federal courthouse Friday morning. The living legend commanded attention on the court, but Friday afternoon he was on the stand, testifying about his experience as the owner of 2311 Racing. The six-time NBA champions team and Front Row Motorsports are suing NASCAR, accusing the stock car series of being a monopoly that leaves teams with no choice but to comply with rules and financial terms. In his testimony, Jordan told the jury someone had to step forward and challenge the entity. He said he is not discrediting what NASCAR CEO Jim France have done for the sport, but he said he has never seen France drive. He said the risk is on the drivers and the teams, and they should get more credit, especially since drivers are the ones risking their lives. That credit Jordan is talking about is cash. He thinks the teams aren't earning enough revenue and they are handcuffed by NASCAR's charter system that guarantees a spot for them to race. In cross-examination, attorneys backing NASCAR asked Jordan if he reviewed the terms of the 2016 charter or the 2025 charter he refused to sign. Jordan said no.
It felt like there were a lot of people starstruck by MJ on the stand. The attorney for NASCAR was making jokes with him. He even thanked him at one point for making his 9-year-old think that he was cool. And there was a lot of old school reporting going on today. You know, phones aren't allowed inside the federal courthouse. So as soon as Michael Jordan was finished testifying, a lot of people left the overflow room, rushed out of the building so they could make calls and texts to relay what exactly he said. Reporting live outside federal.
You guys get where I'm going with this? When you got the right opponent, NASCAR, because you might have a lot of money, but Jordan got a lot of money too, and he got a lot of influence. Y'all might have to settle out on this one. Y'all might have to make some changes at NASCAR. Got the right ally, got the right enemy going at you on that one. I gotta say, I like that story right there. Let's double tap that screen to get those likes up. And just how we did in the beginning, y'all know we gotta make sure that we bring it back to the now. What y'all want to do? You want to be ballers, shot callers, brawlers, who be dipping in the bins with the spoilers, on the low from the Jakes and the Taurus, and trying to get my hands on some grants like Horace. Yeah, living the raw deal. 3-course meal, spaghetti, fettuccine, and veal. Woo, that was a mean verse right there. That's right, you guys. P. Diddy, they're saying that he screwed his own lawyers over the video that was released, saying that his lawyers did not even know that he was videotaping them. Is that a bad thing? Let me know what you guys think about this.
That Diddy recorded Mark without telling Mark, knowing that this would go somewhere at some point. Does Mark feel betrayed by Diddy?
If I were Mark, I would be out of my head.
Welcome to the Two Angry Men podcast. Diddy has been exposed. This is not having anything to do with three ways, but it has to do with video shot by Diddy's own videographer that involves his interactions with his chief lawyer in the criminal case, and it's not pretty.
And Diddy's team has reacted by threatening Netflix, threatening to sue Netflix. But Mark, why don't we just start out of the gate with this video of Diddy just launching on Mark Agnifilo?
And notice that all of these guys, all of these guys are lawyers. Harvey made his money off of being a lawyer and being one of the main broadcasters for the People's Court. When Doug Llewellyn was there. That's how long Harvey been around.
Yeah, bombs, you know what I'm saying? Straight to the head. And I'm tired of going back and forth with your lawyers. Okay, so. No. Let me tell you something. Let me say this. I'm not a referee. So I'm gonna get off the phone right now. Listen to me. I'm gonna get off the phone right now, and I am going to let you professionals look at the situation and come back to me with a solution. No matter what nobody said. Let's just here and there. Y'all are not working together the right way. We're losing.
That's how he champions everything. He was in control of this case. He had lawyers, but he was telling them what to do. Same way like he runs his business, same way he does a promo, the same way he does his advertising. He's 100% involved in everything.
So Mark, they are pissed that it ended up in the hands of 50 Cent and ended up in this documentary.
Well, I mean, if you read the letter by Michael Tremonti to Netflix, he lays it out. I think he called it a hit job, and clearly, when you see the animus, if you will, between 50 and Diddy, that has historically been for God knows how long. But look, I have several observations. I've been on the phone with Sean over the years and had screaming matches. So I relate to that. I've been in the room with him having screaming matches. But Sean has a unique kind of a history that almost no other celebrity of his ilk has. People often forget 25 years ago, Harvey, he also survived the trial then of the century, which was the shooting at the nightclub.
Well, in fairness, that was like 2000, so the trial of the century was like 9 months old, Mark.
Yeah, I know. Tell me about it. But that was then trial of the century. Remember, that was Johnny Cocker's last criminal trial.
I know, Ben Brafman.
With Ben Brafman, exactly. Johnny brought Ben in, or Johnny agreed. Frankly, I think it was Johnny agreed to do it.
But you're not saying that it was Diddy that engineered that. That was Johnny and Ben.
Diddy had a very prominent role. You have to understand this personality. You see that personality right now. By the way, this is aside from the fact that it makes me very angry on a number of levels, the fact that this is out and that there's a privately recorded conversation.
And they already verified that the content is legal because the person that shot it probably didn't get paid and they sold it to 50 cents. So if Diddy didn't pay them and they ain't getting no contract with them, probably got a problem there with trying to do something with this content, Diddy. So basically it's like this. You got to pay, of course, for the content in order to, to make sure that the person's, gonna give you the content. Number two, you got to have it signed off that nobody else can use that content. If Diddy didn't have those things going on and 50 cents and his reps bought that content, there's nothing that they're going to be able to do. Not much.
Of Sean with his lawyers. I mean, I famously sued over that in the past, but let's put that aside for a second. No, Sean is a hands-on defendant, if you will. He is involved. He is intimately involved, and whether it's this case or other cases, I've seen it. I mean, this is not somebody who is going to let you be the brain surgeon and do the surgery. This is somebody who is intimately involved in what is going on. But it is, if you're a defense lawyer, this is your worst nightmare to watch him screaming at you. It's basically watching the sausage being made. I mean, tell me you weren't uncomfortable watching that.
Well, you know what, my reaction.
We gotta keep on moving forward, you guys, because yeah, that's what's going on right now because of the content, what you guys are about to see when it comes out on that Netflix special. All of those little excerpts that you see him yelling into the microphone, yelling into the phone, they're basically trying to stop that information and the rest of those videos from getting out. You guys, we're going extended today. We got another clip. Let's keep on moving forward. If y'all appreciate the content that y'all getting on Extended Purple Sunday, double tap that screen to get those likes up because now we got another report on our friend. Who's that? Y'all know who I'm talking about. One of the biggest and the best dogs that we ever had in our friendships. Who's that? Nova. Supernova. What did he do? Check this out, you guys. Check this out. Progress amongst progress. And Lynn, if you're watching, would you leave him alone? We also are owners of Nova too. You already gave it up. You said that he's not your dog by yourself. Nova also is owned by us. He's also our dog through the internet. So when he does stuff and it looks really like, like he's using his progress, don't stop him. Let him keep doing it. Watch what happens in this next clip right here. It's a very natural occurrence, and I don't know why, but she decides that she wants to bother Supernova and tell him to stop, as he decides to use his hind leg to scratch himself. As we know, we thought that he was paralyzed. You mean to tell me you walked the other day, you stood up while you were eating your food, you was looking like you was ready to chase a cat and you stood up on all fours and was wagging your tail, and now you got the nerve to be using your hind leg like Scooby-Doo to scratch yourself? This dog is going to heal himself, y'all. This dog is going to get better. Watch Supernova, you guys. I want you guys to see what he does right now. Check this out. When I saw this, I just started laughing. And then you got Lynn over there like bothering him. Check it out. What? Go on, stretch back. Stretch. What? He look like he want to say, would you leave me the hell alone? No, I'm not going to do it again. And if y'all heard the little bark that was under there, he said, "Her." He said, "Her." What? Go on and stretch back. Stretch. What? All right, y'all already know how we feel about him. I'm just so happy because if he can scratch his back like that, that's showing the muscle remembrance, his muscle memories coming back. Nova gonna be walking real soon, you guys. I'm telling you, I can't wait to see it. Oh, it ain't over. We're doing a special segment today on the dogs. Anybody ever see a dog that look like a human? Could that get me 5 more likes? If I show you a dog that look like a human right now, would that get me 5 more likes? Let me see. Let me see if I can earn these 5 more likes right here. I'm only asking for, I got 5 on it. But y'all tell me what y'all think about this dog right here. If you think that this dog got a human face or not. And if you do, you got to give me a like.
Excuse me. What are you doing?
Sometimes Max looks so human that it's honestly a little unsettling. There's something wise, stubborn, funny, and incredibly alive in his face. So much that you almost forget you're looking at a dog. He isn't just a pet, he's a character, a full-on personality who once decided all by himself which family he wanted to belong to.
Who do you love more? Mama or Dad?
No one really knows where he came from. Max sort of appeared out of nowhere. He just walked up to the doorstep of a woman who lives in our rural area. Her daughter cleaned him up, fed him, tried to help him. He was covered in fleas, exhausted, completely lost. People passed him around for a while until he finally ended up with fed him, tried to
Y'all trying to tell me he don't look like a real human?
help him. He was covered in fleas, exhausted, completely lost. People
Tell me that he don't. You see how when he got up like they look like Lucy or somebody like that? Like, I love Lucy. That was hilarious. Look at his head on the. Look at his hair on the top.
passed him around for a while until he finally ended up with the person who would become my husband.
Why are you crying? You need something?
So it got real lit.
And then we got married, and with my husband, I got Max too. Sometimes I'm convinced that right after the wedding, something like an official shift of roles happened in our house. Who is Max's main human, and who is the backup human?
Max.
And I'm pretty sure my husband became the backup. Max chose me, and he chose without hesitation.
There's the boy. Oh. Oh, you gotta hit it like that.
We always joke that he looks like an old sea captain with his serious, wrinkly little face that seems to have survived storms. And the most amazing thing is, he understands everything. Max reacts to my words like we're having a real conversation. He changes his expression, makes sounds, grumbles, whines in response.
Does not look like no dog. With his teeth, where the teeth at? Like a bear or something.
Sometimes it feels so much like dialogue that you forget he can't actually talk.
Neither is that tone.
He's incredibly playful, but also unbelievably stubborn. It's exactly like trying to make a donkey do something.
Come on, we're supposed to be going for a walk, honey.
If Max doesn't want to walk, he's not walking.
Y'all know how it is when you got certain dogs like that. They get caught up. They want to do what they want to do. But guess what? Y'all know what y'all want to do. Y'all trying to make some money, 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 money on Purple Sunday. That's right, you guys. I know we had bad audio, but I told you we had a good show, right? Y'all got to believe me when I tell y'all. We're going to get out here and get this audio right, get that little sound bar, clip that thing up in there, and be fine for the rest of the week. And I'm coming back with a vengeance. We're going to have more top stories, more trending events, more trending topics, and more current events. We're going to keep it moving, you guys. We still claim #1 spot on here, bad audio or not. You can't mess with us. It's Purple Sunday, y'all. Y'all know what I'm about to say, right? Y'all could go right to the description right now. There's about $450 worth of surveys in the link inside of the description. All you got to do, hit the description. You're going to see the two links right there. All you got to do is fill out those 2 surveys and see if you guys can make up to, I think it's about $450 today, maybe about 500. But yeah, I want to try to make sure you guys make some money as well. So check out those links in the description. You'll make some money and I'll make some money too. Yes, we made it through. That's right. You just stay positive, keep on pushing forward, and no matter what, you're going to get what you got to get, you guys. Problems present opportunities. It's Purple Sunday. Hope you guys have a fantastic day. You know what we're about to do right now, right? We got to get those prayers up. Who we got in the building right now? We got self-confidence. We got Casey Ramos. I'm sorry, who else we got up in there? Rebecca, Lon Yen Bueno, Dapple 726. Okay, who else we got? Mark Gabriel, Batty Lynn. How you doing, Batty from Detroit? Rebecca, Lon Yen Bueno. We're going to give you a special prayer right now, hoping that you have fantastic results from all of your doctor's appointments, as well as the fact that we hope that you're feeling phenomenal right now. We understand that you're going through medical things, but you need to know you got over 500, maybe more than that, people that pray for you every single day, Rebecca. We love you. Also, we got Timogen in the building. Who else we got in the building? We got Adrianis, Miss Swanza, Sky, Rebecca Lon Yen Bueno. Also want to pray for my brother Casey that he has a fantastic and safe day. Also, who else we got up in here? That's right. I see you, Sky. I see you, Luigi, Sam Champion. Thank you, guys. I want to make sure I get these prayers out because y'all are very important. Dot Focus. Can't forget about VIP Auction Group. Also, we can't forget about Kendra Walker, who's not here all the time. Tim Nijin as well. Also, Sam Champion and everybody else like Luigi, Mark Dorfman, and our new mods, Mark Dorfman, as well as Jeffrey Spilker. Amen. Hope you have a fantastic day out there. You guys already know what I'm going to say. I don't care about the drama. I don't care what they try to do. Never let nobody hold you back or stop you from what you're trying to get done. As you can see, I am a perfect pioneer of problems, present opportunities, and I'm going to keep on moving until I get it right. All it's going to do is get better from here. And when you can make it through the rough times, that just makes it even better for you when times get easier. So if you can perform during the storm, boy, they're going to have a lot to deal with when the weather's nice, because you've already been trained for it. And that's how I look at life. Keep on banging, never give up, and never give up on yourself. Don't listen to nobody out there. If you got a dream and you're trying to push forward, I don't care if you're 55 years old and you're feeling sick, go for it, because that might be your mission. Never stop, keep on moving. Also, I want everybody to do one thing for me. Follow behind me. Don't put it in the comments. No, I want to see the actions, even if I can't see it. I want you guys to do something right now that can change your whole way of feeling. You're in 100% control. On the count of 3, follow me. 1, 2, 3, smile. You see that? Just put a nice smile on like that. Don't you feel good in your chest? All in your stomach? You feel like a nice air or breeze just came through, and that's free. Don't cost you nothing to make yourself smile. You could be stressed out at any time. Don't let anybody control your emotions or make you do things that you know that you're going to get in trouble for. We already know what we're dealing with. Sodom and Gomorrah out here, if anybody knows. We're dealing with a lot of negativity. Walk away from it. Don't get baited into it, because guess what? Sometimes even if you win, you'll lose. Don't get caught up, you guys. I want y'all to have a safe Sunday. I want to see you guys here for Monday morning. I'm going to see if I can get something going on better with this audio, return this DJI, and keep on moving forward. Because guess what? Y'all could have went anywhere. But the fact of the matter that you came in and chill with me on Purple Sunday, extended edition, I appreciate you. So until tomorrow, Monday morning, 6 a.m., we're going to be right back here to do it again. And like I said, like I always say, you could have went anywhere. But the fact of the matter that you came in to chill with me, I appreciate you. So until tomorrow, get 'em! Peace.